Do you ever look at the year ahead and feel a wave of excitement mixed with uncertainty? The thought of starting fresh, setting new goals, and pushing yourself to new limits is thrilling, but the path to achieving those ambitions can feel overwhelming. The road to success, whether it's in fitness, career, relationships, or personal growth, is paved with one essential quality: discipline. It's the backbone of all progress, the secret ingredient that keeps dreams alive and pushes you forward even when motivation fades. But building that discipline, making it strong enough to carry you through the challenges, requires more than just willpower. It demands something deeper, something timeless: Stoicism. There's a reason why so many people find themselves struggling to stick with their goals. They start the year with energy and enthusiasm, but somewhere along the way, life gets complicated. Distractions pop up, obstacles block the path, and before you know it, you're back to old habits, wondering what went wrong. It's not that the goals were too ambitious, or that success was out of reach. The issue often lies in a lack of mental preparation, of not having a solid foundation of discipline to lean on when things get tough. This is where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism is not about becoming emotionless or living a life of cold logic. Far from it. It's about understanding how to navigate life's highs and lows with grace, resilience, and strength. It's about learning how to build inner fortitude so that no matter what life throws your way, you stay on track. Stoicism teaches you how to stay calm in chaos, how to focus on what truly matters, and most importantly, how to cultivate the kind of discipline that doesn't break under pressure. The year 2025 can be your year to take full control of your life and your goals, but it won't happen by accident. It will happen because you commit to building a rock-solid sense of discipline, one that allows you to overcome procrastination, avoid distractions, and stay focused on what really matters. This is the kind of discipline that Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus practiced and taught. And it's the same discipline that can transform your life if you commit to it. Let's be honest, discipline isn't glamorous. It's not something that always feels good in the moment. It's waking up early when you want to stay in bed. It's staying focused on your work when the temptation to check your phone is strong. It's saying no to distractions and yes to long-term goals. But discipline is also the key to unlocking the life you truly want. It's the force that turns intentions into action and dreams into reality. Without it, even the best-laid plans crumble. With it, there's no limit to what you can achieve. In today's world, where distractions are constant and instant gratification is everywhere, it's harder than ever to maintain focus and stay disciplined. Social media, endless notifications, and the pressure to always be available can make it feel like discipline is a lost art. But that's exactly why it's so powerful. In a time when so many are swept away by distractions, those who can master their minds and their habits stand out. They are the ones who achieve their goals, who reach the end of the year with a sense of pride and accomplishment. Building discipline is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about taking small, consistent steps every day toward your goals. Stoicism teaches us that what we can control is our own actions, our own responses to the challenges we face. We can't control the world around us, but we can control how we show up each day. And when you approach life with this mindset, you begin to realize that discipline isn't a burden. It's a superpower. Imagine being the kind of person who sets a goal and sticks with it, no matter what. Picture yourself facing challenges head-on, not with dread or frustration, but with confidence and determination. That's what discipline can give you. It's the ability to stay the course, even when the path is difficult. It's the strength to keep moving forward, even when others might give up. And the best part? It's something you can build. It's not reserved for a select few. Anyone can cultivate discipline if they are willing to put in the work. Now, building discipline doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. It's about developing habits that align with your goals and staying committed to them. It's about training your mind to stay focused on what's important, even when distractions are screaming for your attention. And it's about learning from setbacks, not letting them derail you. This is where Stoicism offers invaluable guidance. The Stoics understood that life is full of obstacles, but they also believed that these obstacles are opportunities for growth. One of the most powerful teachings of Stoicism is the idea that challenges are not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. When you face a challenge, you have a choice. You can either let it defeat you, or you can use it as a chance to grow stronger. This mindset shift is crucial for building discipline. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, you begin to see them as part of the journey. Every time you push through a difficult moment, you are building your discipline muscle. As you move into 2025, it's time to stop letting distractions and procrastination hold you back. It's time to stop waiting for the right moment, the perfect circumstances, or a burst of motivation. The truth is, there will never be a perfect time to start. The time is now. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent or luck. It's discipline. And the good news is, you can start building it today. What would your life look like if you had the kind of discipline that kept you on track, no matter what? How would it feel to look back at the end of the year and see all the progress you've made? To know that you didn't let distractions, excuses, or setbacks stop you from achieving your goals. That feeling of accomplishment, of knowing that you gave it your all, is what true discipline offers. This guide is not just about surviving 2025. It's about thriving. It's about unlocking a level of discipline that allows you to achieve things you once thought were out of reach. It's about learning to stay focused in a world full of distractions, to stay consistent even when progress feels slow, and to keep pushing forward no matter what challenges arise. Stoicism provides the roadmap for building this kind of discipline, and by following its teachings, you can step into the new year with confidence and clarity. So as you stand at the beginning of a new year, with all its potential and possibility, ask yourself, are you ready to take control of your life? Are you ready to commit to the kind of discipline that will carry you through every challenge, every setback, and every victory? Because with the right mindset, the right habits, and the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, 2025 can be the year you turn your goals into reality. With the foundation laid, it's time to take the first critical step toward mastering discipline, the morning routine. What if the way you start each day could unlock a level of focus and strength that sets you apart from others? The power of the morning isn't just in waking up, it's in how you use those first few hours to shape your mindset, your habits, and ultimately, your entire day. The Stoics believed that how we approach each day determines our success. Morning routines weren't just about checking off tasks, but creating a rhythm that aligns the mind and body. As the sun rises, so too should your clarity of purpose. Instead of jumping into chaos, a structured morning creates calm and order, giving you control over the hours ahead. A key aspect of a Stoic morning is starting with intention. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius would reflect on the day ahead, acknowledging that challenges would come, but also reminding himself that he had the strength to face them. Taking a moment in the morning to prepare your mind for the day's obstacles shifts your focus from reactive to proactive. You're not caught off guard by distractions. You're ready for them. Journaling is a powerful tool many successful people use to guide their mornings. For the Stoics, it was about setting the right mindset, grounding themselves in their values. By writing down your thoughts, goals, or reflections, first thing in the morning, you create a sense of clarity and direction. This isn't just about productivity. It's about reinforcing your commitment to discipline. Morning routines are also about making conscious decisions. Rather than being led by your impulses, you choose how to spend your time. This sense of control is vital. It means you're not at the mercy of distractions, but focused on what truly matters. Deciding how to spend your mornings builds a mental resilience that carries into every other part of the day. Even physical habits play a role in setting a disciplined tone. Simple actions like stretching or taking a few deep breaths anchor you in the present, clearing mental clutter before it builds up. The Stoics understood the importance of keeping the body healthy to support the mind. Physical well-being is not just about fitness, it's about creating an environment where discipline can thrive. The quiet of the early morning offers a perfect opportunity for reflection. In those moments, you have the chance to reconnect with your purpose. Too often, the rush of the day disconnects us from our deeper goals. But when you start your morning with stillness and reflection, you remind yourself of what's important. This daily practice keeps you grounded and aligned with your long-term vision. A crucial part of this routine is resisting distractions. In the morning, the world is quieter. Social media, emails, and endless notifications haven't taken over yet. This is your time to protect. The Stoics knew that distractions weren't just about wasting time, they were a threat to your peace of mind. By guarding your mornings, you create a fortress of focus that shields you from the distractions of the day. Every morning offers a fresh start. It's a new opportunity to recommit to your discipline. The Stoics emphasized that every day was a chance to improve, to do better than yesterday. This mindset shift is critical. Instead of dwelling on past mistakes, focus on what you can control today. This forward-thinking approach ensures that you always have the energy and motivation to keep pushing forward. But a strong morning routine isn't just about being productive. It's about creating balance. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature, and that includes aligning yourself with a rhythm that nurtures both your mind and body. When you build your morning around activities that energize and calm you, you're not just setting yourself up for a productive day, you're setting yourself up for a balanced, fulfilling life. Discipline is often seen as restrictive, but it's actually the key to freedom. By creating a solid routine, you remove the stress of indecision. You don't waste time wondering how to start your day or what to focus on. You already know. This clarity gives you more space to think, create, and live fully. Your morning routine doesn't need to be complicated. Simplicity is one of the core tenets of Stoicism. You don't need dozens of tasks to feel accomplished. Instead, focus on a few key actions that bring clarity and purpose. It's better to do a few things well than many things poorly. This focus on simplicity prevents overwhelm and keeps you on track. One of the most important lessons from Stoicism is that external circumstances don't control your happiness or success. Your mindset does. A morning routine reinforces this by helping you start each day with the right attitude. Whether you're facing a packed schedule or unexpected challenges, the discipline you've cultivated in your mornings gives you the strength to handle whatever comes your way. The consistency of a morning routine builds momentum. Each day you follow through on your routine, you strengthen your discipline. It becomes easier to stick to your goals because you've created a habit of showing up no matter what. This momentum carries into other areas of your life, helping you build the crazy discipline needed to achieve your biggest goals. As your morning routine strengthens your discipline, you'll notice a shift in your productivity. Tasks that once felt overwhelming will become manageable because you've trained your mind to focus and stay on track. You're no longer wasting energy on distractions or procrastination. You're using every moment wisely. A strong morning routine also impacts your emotional resilience. When challenges arise, you won't be thrown off course as easily. You've built a mental foundation that can withstand stress and pressure. This emotional resilience is crucial for staying disciplined, especially when the going gets tough. Discipline isn't just about sticking to your goals. It's about how you respond to setbacks. The Stoics taught that failure is part of the journey, not the end. Your morning routine helps you prepare for setbacks by strengthening your resolve and reminding you that every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. The structure of a morning routine creates stability in your life. When everything else feels chaotic, your routine is something you can rely on. It's a small but powerful way to create order in a world that often feels unpredictable. This sense of stability reinforces your discipline and keeps you grounded. As you continue to refine your morning routine, you'll notice that it becomes easier to make disciplined choices throughout the day. You've trained your mind to prioritize what matters, and that mindset carries into every decision you make. This ripple effect is one of the most powerful benefits of a strong morning routine. Your morning routine is also a form of self-respect. By dedicating time to yourself, you're acknowledging that your goals, your well-being, and your discipline are important. You're investing in your future, one morning at a time. This act of self-care reinforces your commitment to your personal growth. A Stoic morning routine isn't about perfection. Some days you might not feel like following through. But discipline isn't about doing things when it's easy. It's about doing them when it's hard. Every time you push through the resistance, you strengthen your discipline. As your morning routine becomes second nature, you'll find that it spills over into other areas of your life. You'll approach your work, relationships, and personal projects with the same level of focus and discipline. The habits you've built in the morning set the tone for how you handle everything else. Morning routines are personal. What works for one person might not work for another. The key is to find what aligns with your values and goals. The Stoics believed that true discipline comes from understanding yourself and making choices that reflect your highest purpose. Even the smallest actions in your morning routine can have a big impact. Whether it's making your bed, drinking a glass of water, or taking a few moments to breathe, each action reinforces your discipline. These small wins build confidence and set the stage for bigger accomplishments. A morning routine is a tool for self-mastery. It helps you gain control over your thoughts, emotions, and actions. With this control comes freedom, the freedom to live life on your own terms, without being swayed by external circumstances. The discipline you build through your morning routine will extend far beyond 2025. It will shape the way you approach every year, every challenge, and every goal. The lessons of Stoicism are timeless, and the habits you cultivate now will serve you for the rest of your life. As you continue to practice your morning routine, remember that consistency is key. Discipline is not built in a day. It's built over time through small, intentional actions. Every morning is an opportunity to strengthen your resolve and move closer to the life you want. The power of a morning routine lies in its simplicity. By starting your day with intention, focus, and discipline, you set yourself up for success. You're not just reacting to life, you're creating it. In the quiet moments of the morning, before the world wakes up, you have the chance to set the tone for your entire day. It's in these moments that discipline is built. And with discipline comes the power to achieve anything you set your mind to. As the sun rises, so does your potential. Each morning is a fresh start, a new opportunity to take control of your life and your goals. The discipline you cultivate in the first hours of the day will carry you through whatever challenges the rest of the day may bring. With a solid morning routine in place, the foundation for discipline is set, but the real challenge lies ahead. As the day unfolds, distractions will inevitably appear, pulling your focus in different directions and tempting you to stray from your goals. In today's world, distractions are everywhere, on your phone, in your inbox, and even in your mind. The ability to say no to these distractions is the next crucial step in mastering discipline. Stoicism offers powerful principles that guide you toward filtering out the noise and focusing on what truly matters. One of the greatest strengths of Stoic philosophy is its focus on control. The Stoics believed that there are two kinds of things in life, those we can control and those we cannot. Distractions often fall into the latter category. You can't control when the world tries to pull your attention away, but you can control how you respond. This distinction gives you the power to say no to the distractions that don't serve your goals. Learning to say no isn't just about willpower, it's about clarity. Clarity on what you want to achieve and why. When you have a clear sense of purpose, distractions become less appealing. The Stoics taught that understanding your higher purpose gives you the strength to resist temptations. It's not enough to simply avoid distractions. You must actively choose to focus on what aligns with your values and long-term goals. In a world filled with endless options for entertainment and engagement, it's easy to get caught in the trap of just 5 more minutes. This mindset can quickly snowball into wasted hours. The Stoics knew that time was the most precious resource we have, and allowing distractions to steal your time is a sure way to weaken your discipline. Saying no to distractions is an act of valuing your time, of recognizing that every minute spent on something that doesn't matter is a minute lost. Saying no to distractions isn't about isolating yourself from the world. It's about being mindful of where your attention goes. You don't need to reject every notification, message, or invitation, just the ones that pull you away from your priorities. This requires self-awareness, a skill the Stoics valued deeply. By paying attention to what distracts you and how it affects your productivity, you gain insight into the habits that are holding you back. In this digital age, technology is one of the biggest sources of distraction. Notifications, social media, and endless information streams can pull your focus in 1,000 different directions. The Stoic approach teaches that you must master your tools rather than be mastered by them. This means using technology intentionally, not as an escape from the tasks that matter most. It's about reclaiming control over how you spend your time. Distractions don't just come from external sources, they can also arise from within. Thoughts, doubts, and worries can distract you just as much as any phone or email. The Stoics believed in mastering the mind, in training it to focus on the present moment and not be pulled into distractions by internal noise. This mental discipline is key to staying focused, no matter what's going on around you. One of the most effective ways to say no to distractions is by creating boundaries. The Stoics were big believers in setting clear limits, both for themselves and others. These boundaries help protect your time and focus. Whether it's setting specific hours for work or deciding in advance when you'll allow yourself to check your phone, boundaries give you the structure needed to maintain discipline throughout the day. Another Stoic principle is that of simplicity. By simplifying your life, your environment, your schedule, your commitments, you reduce the number of distractions that can take you off course. Complexity often leads to scattered attention, making it harder to stay disciplined. Simplifying your surroundings and your focus allows you to concentrate fully on what's important. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of practicing mindfulness. When you are fully present in the moment, distractions have less power over you. Mindfulness allows you to recognize when you're being pulled away from your focus, giving you the opportunity to bring your attention back to where it needs to be. This practice strengthens your ability to say no to distractions, not just once, but consistently throughout the day. When you say no to distractions, You're not just avoiding something, you're choosing something better. You're choosing progress, growth, and alignment with your goals. The Stoics taught that life is about making conscious choices, and every time you resist a distraction, you are making a powerful choice to prioritize what matters most to you. Learning to say no to distractions requires patience and practice. It's not something that happens overnight. The Stoics believed in the power of incremental progress. Each time you successfully resist a distraction, you're training your mind to be more disciplined. Over time, these small victories add up, making it easier to stay focused on your goals. The beauty of Stoicism is that it doesn't require you to be perfect. You will get distracted. It's inevitable. But what matters is how quickly you bring yourself back to focus. The Stoics emphasize the importance of resilience. When you catch yourself drifting, don't beat yourself up. Simply refocus and move forward. This ability to recover quickly from distractions is a key component of Stoic discipline. It's also important to recognize that not all distractions are created equal. Some distractions are more tempting than others, and some may even seem justified in the moment. But the Stoic approach teaches that discipline requires honesty with yourself. You must be willing to assess whether something is truly worth your time, or if it's just a diversion from the hard work that lies ahead. A helpful practice is to regularly evaluate where your attention is going. At the end of each day, reflect on how you spent your time. Did distractions pull you off course? Were there moments when you allowed yourself to be led by external forces rather than your own goals? This daily reflection helps you identify patterns and make adjustments to stay more disciplined moving forward. Distractions often appear in the form of opportunities. It's easy to get sidetracked by something that looks exciting or promising, but Stoicism teaches that not every opportunity is worth pursuing. Just because something is available doesn't mean it aligns with your goals. Learning to say no to opportunities that don't serve your higher purpose is a powerful way to stay focused on what matters. Part of saying no to distractions is learning to manage your energy. The Stoics understood that you only have so much mental and physical energy each day, and wasting it on distractions drains your ability to focus on what's important. By conserving your energy and directing it toward meaningful tasks, you increase your productivity and your ability to maintain discipline. One of the greatest gifts of saying no to distractions is the peace of mind it brings. When you are not constantly pulled in different directions, you feel more in control of your life. The Stoics valued inner peace above all else, and avoiding distractions is one of the surest ways to cultivate that peace. When your mind is focused and clear, you're able to approach each task with calm and confidence. Saying no to distractions also strengthens your resolve. Each time you resist a distraction, you build your mental toughness. This toughness becomes a habit, and over time, it becomes easier to say no to things that don't serve your goals. The Stoics believed that discipline was like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. It's important to recognize that distractions often come disguised as urgent tasks. Emails, notifications, and requests from others can feel pressing, but Stoicism teaches the importance of discernment. Not everything that demands your attention deserves it. Learning to prioritize what truly matters and let go of what doesn't is a key component of Stoic discipline. Another Stoic practice is focusing on what is within your control. You may not be able to control the distractions around you, but you can control how you respond to them. By focusing on your actions and choices, you empower yourself to stay disciplined no matter what distractions arise. Distractions are often a way of avoiding discomfort. Whether it's the discomfort of starting a difficult task or the fear of failure, distractions can feel like an easy escape. But the Stoics taught that true discipline requires embracing discomfort. It's in facing challenges head-on, without seeking refuge in distractions, that you build the mental fortitude needed for long-term success. Saying no to distractions also involves saying yes to what's important. It's not just about resisting temptations. It's about making a conscious choice to focus on what aligns with your values and goals. Every time you say yes to the right things, you reinforce your commitment to your discipline. One of the most challenging aspects of avoiding distractions is the fear of missing out. Social media and constant connectivity can make it feel like you're missing out on something important. But Stoicism teaches that contentment comes from within, not from external experiences. By focusing on what truly matters to you, you free yourself from the need to constantly check in on what others are doing. Over time, as you learn to say no to distractions, you'll notice a shift in your mindset. You'll begin to see distractions for what they are, temporary temptations that don't contribute to your long-term success. This awareness makes it easier to resist them and stay focused on your goals. The discipline to say no to distractions isn't about deprivation, it's about empowerment. It's about choosing where your time and energy go, rather than letting external forces dictate your actions. This sense of control is one of the most powerful gifts Stoicism offers. As you practice saying no to distractions, you'll find that your productivity increases, but so does your sense of fulfillment. When you focus on what truly matters, you're not just checking off tasks, you're making progress toward your goals. This sense of progress fuels your discipline, making it easier to stay on track. In a world where distractions are constant, saying no is an act of courage. It's a declaration that you value your time, your goals, and your discipline. The Stoics understood that true freedom comes not from indulging every distraction, but from mastering your mind and staying focused on what truly matters. With each distraction you resist, you become stronger. Each time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you are saying yes to a more disciplined, focused life. The path to crazy discipline in 2025 is paved with these small but powerful choices. Now that the strength to say no to distractions has been built, it's time to explore the deeper force that keeps everything together: consistency. It's not the grand gestures or sporadic efforts that lead to mastery, but the quiet power of doing something small every day. There's a reason why the Stoics valued this so highly. It's the foundation of lasting success. The next step in developing unshakable discipline lies in embracing the everyday actions that, when compounded, create incredible results. Consistency isn't glamorous, but it's the bedrock of achievement. When you commit to small daily habits, you plant the seeds for something far greater than what you could accomplish through sporadic bursts of effort. The Stoics taught that progress is gradual and often invisible at first, but over time it accumulates into something remarkable. Every day spent nurturing those habits brings you closer to your ultimate goals. What makes consistency so powerful is that it doesn't rely on motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but consistency remains steady. When you build daily habits, you're no longer dependent on feeling inspired to take action. You've trained yourself to move forward even when the drive isn't there, and this is where true discipline is born. Small actions, repeated daily, become part of your identity. They shape who you are and how you navigate the world. The Stoics knew that habits build character, and by committing to these habits, you're shaping yourself into someone who acts with purpose and intention. Over time, these actions are no longer things you have to force yourself to do. They become an essential part of who you are. By embracing consistency, you start to see the power of incremental growth. It's easy to overlook the significance of one small action, But the Stoics understood that those small steps are what lead to big transformations. When you focus on showing up every day, even when the progress seems slow, you start to recognize that every effort contributes to the bigger picture. Consistency also builds resilience. When you commit to daily habits, you develop the strength to push through setbacks and challenges. Life is unpredictable, but your habits keep you grounded. No matter what obstacles arise, you know that by returning to those small daily actions, you can regain your momentum. The Stoics emphasized that setbacks are part of the journey, but consistency is what allows you to bounce back stronger every time. There's also a sense of satisfaction that comes from knowing you've stuck to something. Each day that you follow through on your habits, you're building trust in yourself. The Stoics believed in living with integrity, and consistency is a key part of that. When you do what you say you'll do, you develop a deep sense of self-respect. This confidence spills over into other areas of your life, making it easier to stay disciplined in all that you do. One of the greatest advantages of consistency is that it eliminates decision fatigue. When you've committed to a set of habits, there's no need to constantly question or debate whether or not you'll follow through. You've already made the decision. This frees up mental energy that can be used for more important tasks. The Stoics understood that conserving mental energy was crucial for staying focused on what truly matters. The power of consistency also lies in its ability to compound over time. Just as a single drop of water can carve out stone through persistent effort, so too can small daily actions lead to significant outcomes. The Stoics knew that great things are built slowly, and by focusing on the process rather than the outcome, you set yourself up for long-term success. Consistency creates a sense of momentum. Each day you stick to your habits, you're building on the previous day's effort. This momentum makes it easier to keep going, even when the initial excitement has worn off. The Stoics emphasized the importance of endurance, and consistency is what allows you to keep pushing forward, no matter how long the journey may take. In today's world, where everything is designed for immediate gratification, consistency can feel like a radical act. But the Stoics understood that true fulfillment doesn't come from quick wins. It comes from the steady, patient pursuit of your goals. By committing to small daily actions, you're embracing the long game, and this is where true discipline is forged. The beauty of consistency is that it allows you to make progress even on your worst days. There will be times when you're tired, overwhelmed, or simply not in the mood to stick to your habits. But when you've built the muscle of consistency, you can still move forward, even if it's just a small step. This ability to keep going, no matter the circumstances, is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Consistency is also the antidote to procrastination. When you commit to doing something every day, there's no room for putting it off. The Stoics believed that we should act with urgency, recognizing that time is our most valuable resource. By embracing daily habits, you're ensuring that you're making the most of each day, rather than letting it slip away. There's a certain peace that comes from consistency. When you know that you're doing the right things every day, there's no need to stress about the future. The Stoics taught that we should focus on what we can control, and our daily actions are firmly within our control. By sticking to your habits, you're taking ownership of your life and your goals. One of the keys to staying consistent is having a clear purpose. The Stoics emphasized the importance of knowing why you're doing something. When you have a strong reason for your actions, it becomes easier to stick with them, even when the going gets tough. Purpose provides the fuel that keeps you moving forward, no matter how difficult the journey may be. Consistency is also a form of self-discipline. Every time you follow through on a habit, you're training your mind and body to act in alignment with your goals. This discipline strengthens over time, making it easier to resist distractions and stay focused on what matters. The Stoics understood that discipline isn't something you have. It's something you build through consistent action. It's important to remember that consistency doesn't mean perfection. There will be days when you slip up, and that's okay. The Stoics believed that failure is a natural part of the process. What matters is that you get back on track. Consistency is about showing up over the long haul, not about being flawless every single day. By focusing on small daily habits, you also reduce the risk of burnout. It's easy to get overwhelmed when you try to take on too much at once. But when you break your goals down into manageable actions, you create a sustainable path to success. The Stoics taught that moderation is key, and consistency allows you to make steady progress without overextending yourself. Consistency creates a sense of stability in your life. When everything else feels uncertain, your habits provide a grounding force. The Stoics valued inner peace, and consistency is one of the ways to cultivate that peace. When you know that you're doing the right things every day, you can approach life with a greater sense of calm and confidence. One of the most powerful aspects of consistency is that it builds momentum. Each time you follow through on a habit, you're reinforcing your commitment to your goals. This momentum makes it easier to stay disciplined, even when motivation fades. The Stoics knew that discipline is what carries you through when motivation isn't enough. Consistency is also a way of holding yourself accountable. When you commit to daily habits, you're making a promise to yourself that you'll follow through. The Stoics believed in the importance of self-honesty, and consistency is a way of staying true to your word. Each day that you stick to your habits, you're strengthening your sense of integrity. Another advantage of consistency is that it allows you to measure your progress. The Stoics emphasized the importance of reflection, and by tracking your daily habits, you can see how far you've come. This sense of progress fuels your discipline and keeps you motivated to keep going. Consistency also helps you build resilience. When you commit to daily habits, you're training yourself to push through discomfort and adversity. The Stoics believed that adversity is a part of life, but consistency is what allows you to keep moving forward, even in the face of challenges. The power of consistency is that it compounds over time. Each small action you take builds on the previous one, creating a ripple effect that leads to significant results. The Stoics understood that great things are built through consistent effort, and by focusing on small daily habits, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. Consistency also builds self-trust. Each time you follow through on a habit, you're proving to yourself that you can be relied upon. The Stoics valued integrity, and by sticking to your habits, you're reinforcing your sense of self-respect. This trust in yourself makes it easier to stay disciplined in all areas of your life. It's important to remember that consistency doesn't happen by accident. It's a deliberate choice. The Stoics taught that we should act with intention, and consistency is a way of living that intention every day. By committing to small daily habits, you're taking control of your life and your future. Consistency also creates a sense of mastery. The more you practice a habit, the better you become at it. The Stoics believed that excellence is achieved through repeated action, and by focusing on your daily habits, you're continually improving. This sense of mastery fuels your discipline and keeps you motivated to keep pushing forward. As you build consistency in your life, you'll begin to see the benefits in every area. Your relationships, your work, your personal growth, all of these are influenced by the small daily actions you take. The Stoics understood that the way you do one thing is the way you do everything, and consistency is what allows you to show up fully in every aspect of your life. The beauty of consistency is that it's within your control. You can't control the outcome of your efforts, but you can control the effort itself. The Stoics believed that by focusing on what you can control, You free yourself from the anxiety of the unknown. Consistency gives you that freedom by allowing you to focus on the process, not the outcome. As you continue to practice consistency, you'll notice that it becomes easier to stay disciplined. Each small win reinforces your belief in your ability to follow through. The Stoics knew that discipline is built through action, and consistency is the key to sustaining that action over time. The power of consistency is that it builds a strong foundation for everything else in your life. When you commit to small daily habits, you're creating a structure that supports your goals and aspirations. The Stoics understood that great things are achieved not in a single moment, but through the steady accumulation of effort over time. With each day that you remain consistent, you're building something far greater than the habit itself. You're building a life of purpose, integrity, and discipline. As the foundation of consistency strengthens, it becomes clear that progress depends not only on building habits, but also on the ability to confront one of the most stubborn obstacles: procrastination. Even the best intentions can be stalled by the habit of delaying action. The Stoics, however, understood that time is fleeting and that action must be taken without hesitation. Overcoming procrastination is essential to living a disciplined life, and Stoic teachings offer timeless, practical strategies to help you break free from its grip and take control of your actions. Procrastination is more than just putting things off. It's a form of resistance that can erode your sense of purpose and progress. The Stoics believed that the present moment is all we truly possess. Every time you delay, you surrender the opportunity to make the most of now. To overcome procrastination, you must first recognize the value of each moment and treat it with the urgency it deserves. One of the most powerful Stoic principles for overcoming procrastination is the practice of focusing on what is within your control. The Stoics emphasized that while we cannot always control the outcome, we can control our efforts. By shifting your focus from the daunting size of the task ahead to the simple act of starting, you can bypass the paralysis that often comes with procrastination. The key is to start, even if the step feels small or insignificant. The Stoics also taught the importance of breaking tasks down into manageable parts. Often, procrastination stems from feeling overwhelmed by the magnitude of a goal. However, when you divide the task into smaller, actionable steps, it becomes far less intimidating. This approach makes it easier to take that crucial first step, and with each small win, your momentum grows. Fear is another powerful force behind procrastination. The fear of failure, of making mistakes, or even of success can keep you from taking action. The Stoics understood that fear is rooted in our perception of future outcomes, which are beyond our control. By focusing on the present and detaching from the outcome, you can move forward without being held back by fear. Action becomes its own reward, regardless of the results. Another useful Stoic technique is practicing mindfulness. When you're fully present, you're less likely to get distracted by the thoughts and worries that fuel procrastination. The Stoics taught that we should direct our attention to what is happening right now, without letting our minds wander to what might go wrong in the future. By grounding yourself in the present, you remove many of the mental barriers that lead to procrastination. One of the most well-known Stoic practices is the evening reflection. At the end of each day, reflect on what you've accomplished, where you fell short, and what you can improve tomorrow. This reflection not only helps you hold yourself accountable, but also encourages you to take more deliberate action the next day. By making this a regular habit, you can start to recognize patterns of procrastination and address them before they take root. The Stoics also believed in the importance of taking immediate action. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, urged that we should act now, without delay, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. When you embrace this mindset, procrastination loses its power. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment or ideal circumstances, you learn to seize the moment and make progress, no matter how small. Self-discipline plays a crucial role in overcoming procrastination, and the Stoics were masters of this trait. They believed that self-discipline was not about denying pleasure, but about aligning your actions with your values. When you remind yourself of why your goals matter, it becomes easier to resist the urge to delay. Procrastination often thrives when there's a disconnect between your daily actions and your long-term purpose. By keeping your values front and center, you strengthen your resolve to act. Discomfort is often at the heart of procrastination. Whether it's the discomfort of starting a difficult task or the fear of facing a challenge, we often delay action to avoid it. The Stoics, however, taught that discomfort is an inevitable part of life and should not be avoided. Instead, they encouraged embracing it as an opportunity for growth. By reframing discomfort as a necessary step toward progress, you can push through procrastination and take action. One of the practical ways to overcome procrastination is by eliminating distractions. The Stoics believed in the power of focus, and by creating an environment that minimizes distractions, you give yourself the best chance of staying on task. This could mean turning off notifications, setting clear time limits for work, or even creating a physical space dedicated to productivity. The less you allow outside influences to pull you away, the easier it becomes to overcome procrastination. In many cases, procrastination arises from perfectionism, the belief that if you can't do something perfectly, it's better not to do it at all. The Stoics rejected this mindset, emphasizing that progress, no matter how small or imperfect, is always better than inaction. By accepting that mistakes are part of the journey, you free yourself from the fear of not doing things perfectly and allow yourself to start, learn, and improve as you go. One Stoic technique that can help with procrastination is the practice of visualization. The Stoics would often visualize the challenges they might face in the future, which helped them prepare mentally for those obstacles. You can apply this same technique to your tasks. Visualize the steps needed to complete the task, anticipate potential difficulties, and mentally prepare yourself to tackle them. This mental rehearsal reduces the likelihood of procrastination because you've already seen yourself taking action. Accountability is another effective tool in beating procrastination. The Stoics believed in the power of community and the importance of learning from others. By sharing your goals with someone else, whether it's a friend, colleague, or mentor, you create a sense of responsibility. Knowing that someone else is aware of your intentions can motivate you to take action when procrastination tempts you to delay. The Stoics also taught that we should not let external events dictate our actions. Often, we delay tasks because we're waiting for the right circumstances or the right mood to strike. But the Stoics believed that we must act regardless of external factors. The idea of waiting for motivation or the perfect moment is a form of procrastination itself. By taking action in spite of these external conditions, you build resilience and learn to move forward no matter what. Overcoming procrastination requires practice. The Stoics believed that self-mastery doesn't happen overnight. It's a skill that must be cultivated through repeated effort. By consistently choosing action over inaction, even in small ways, you start to rewire your brain to prioritize productivity over procrastination. Each time you push through the resistance to act, you make it easier to do so in the future. A helpful Stoic practice is to set specific, achievable goals. When you break down a larger project into smaller, more manageable goals, it becomes easier to start. Procrastination often thrives when a task feels too large or overwhelming, but by focusing on one step at a time, you remove the emotional burden that comes with trying to tackle everything at once. Each small victory builds momentum toward the larger goal. One of the key lessons from Stoicism is the concept of taking responsibility for your own actions. Procrastination often comes with excuses, waiting for the right time, needing more information, or not feeling ready. The Stoics rejected these excuses, believing that each of us has the power to take action, regardless of the circumstances. By accepting full responsibility for your actions or inactions, you empower yourself to break free from procrastination. Another Stoic teaching that applies to overcoming procrastination is the practice of living in accordance with nature. The Stoics believed that humans are meant to take action, to work toward their purpose, and to contribute to the world. Procrastination is a form of resistance against this natural flow of life. By aligning your actions with your purpose and values, you not only overcome procrastination, but also find deeper fulfillment in your work. It's important to recognize that procrastination is often fueled by negative thought patterns, doubt, fear, and indecision. The Stoics taught the importance of mastering your thoughts. By learning to observe your thoughts without letting them control your actions, you can break the cycle of procrastination. When you catch yourself thinking, "I'll do it later," challenge that thought. Ask yourself why you're delaying and what's holding you back. This awareness is the first step to taking action. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of self-compassion. Overcoming procrastination doesn't mean beating yourself up for past delays. The Stoics believed in focusing on the present and the future, not dwelling on mistakes. If you've procrastinated in the past, let it go. What matters is what you do next. By forgiving yourself for past inaction, you free up the mental energy needed to start fresh and take action now. It's also valuable to remember that every time you overcome procrastination, you're building resilience. The Stoics saw challenges as opportunities to grow stronger, and procrastination is no different. Each time you push through the resistance to act, you're training yourself to handle discomfort and uncertainty with grace. This resilience becomes a powerful tool, not only for productivity, but for life in general. A key Stoic principle that helps in overcoming procrastination is detachment from the outcome. The fear of failure often leads to procrastination, but the Stoics taught that we should not be attached to success or failure. What matters is that you act with integrity and effort, regardless of the outcome. When you let go of the need for a perfect result, you remove one of the biggest barriers to action. Another Stoic practice that combats procrastination is setting clear priorities. The Stoics were masters of focusing on what truly mattered and letting go of the rest. When you're clear about your priorities, it's easier to say no to distractions and stay focused on what's important. Procrastination often happens when you're unsure of what to do next. By clarifying your priorities, you eliminate the uncertainty that fuels delay. The Stoics also believed in the power of routine. When you create a structured routine, you reduce the likelihood of procrastination. Routine creates a sense of order and predictability, making it easier to stay on track. By incorporating daily habits into your routine, you create an environment where procrastination has less room to thrive. Each day becomes an opportunity to take action, building a consistent pattern of productivity. One final Stoic teaching to keep in mind is the idea that life is short and time is precious. Every moment spent procrastinating is a moment lost. The Stoics urged us to live with a sense of urgency, to make the most of the time we have. By reminding yourself that time is finite, you can tap into the motivation needed to act now, rather than putting things off for a later time that may never come. In the end, overcoming procrastination is about taking ownership of your time and your actions. The Stoics believed that each of us has the power to shape our lives through the choices we make. By applying these Stoic principles, you can break free from the cycle of procrastination and step into a life of purpose, action, and discipline. The time to act is now. Having understood the importance of overcoming procrastination, it's time to face the deeper and often more difficult aspects of life, the challenges that seem insurmountable. The Stoics believed that these difficulties were not barriers, but opportunities for growth, strengthening your discipline and refining your character. What if you could shift your mindset so that every challenge became a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block? This transformative power lies at the core of Stoicism and offers a new way to handle adversity. Challenges are inevitable, but the way you respond to them defines your path forward. The Stoics viewed challenges as neither inherently good nor bad. They simply are. Your perception of these challenges and how you choose to act in the face of them is where the opportunity lies. It's in these moments of difficulty that discipline is most needed and where the Stoic mindset becomes a powerful tool. One of the most important aspects of turning challenges into opportunities is to understand that growth doesn't come from comfort. The Stoics were acutely aware that real progress comes when you step outside of what's familiar and confront the difficulties in front of you. This doesn't mean seeking out hardship for its own sake, but rather embracing it when it comes, knowing that each challenge is a chance to grow stronger. The Stoics believed in the power of focusing on what you can control. When a challenge arises, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by everything that seems to be going wrong. But Stoic discipline teaches you to narrow your focus to what is within your power. By concentrating on your own actions and responses rather than external circumstances, you regain control over the situation. This sense of empowerment allows you to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to demonstrate your discipline. Another key to transforming challenges into opportunities is resilience. The Stoics recognized that life is full of setbacks, but they believed that true strength lies in your ability to get back up after each fall. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to build resilience, to become better equipped for future difficulties. In this way, challenges are not hindrances, but necessary parts of your growth. Acceptance is a fundamental Stoic principle when dealing with challenges. Rather than resisting or denying the reality of the situation, Stoicism teaches you to accept it fully. This acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means acknowledging the challenge and choosing how to respond to it. When you accept the situation, you free yourself from the mental anguish of wishing things were different, allowing you to focus your energy on overcoming the obstacle. The Stoics also taught that adversity is the best teacher. In times of ease, it's easy to become complacent, but challenges force you to reflect, adapt, and grow. Each difficulty you face offers a lesson, and by approaching challenges with curiosity rather than fear, you open yourself up to the wisdom they bring. This mindset shift transforms hardship into an opportunity for learning and self-improvement. The concept of amor fati, or the love of fate, is another powerful Stoic tool for turning challenges into opportunities. This philosophy encourages you to embrace everything that happens, good or bad, as a necessary part of your journey. By loving your fate, you stop resisting the challenges life presents and start seeing them as integral to your growth. This mindset allows you to approach difficulties with a sense of acceptance and even gratitude. It's also crucial to maintain perspective when facing challenges. The Stoics were masters of seeing the bigger picture, recognizing that most challenges, though difficult in the moment, are temporary. By taking a step back and viewing the challenge in the context of your entire life, you often realize that it's not as catastrophic as it first seemed. This broader perspective helps you stay calm and disciplined in the face of adversity. Challenges can also help you practice patience. The Stoics emphasized that discipline often involves waiting and persevering through difficult times. Not every problem can be solved immediately, and sometimes the best course of action is to endure with grace. This patience builds your strength over time, turning every challenge into an opportunity to develop your capacity for long-term discipline. The Stoics believed that how you respond to challenges reflects your character. Each difficulty is a chance to practice virtues such as courage, perseverance, and wisdom. When you approach challenges as opportunities to demonstrate these virtues, you shift the focus from the external difficulty to your internal growth. In this way, every challenge becomes an opportunity to become a better, more disciplined person. One of the most empowering aspects of Stoic discipline is the belief that no challenge is too great to overcome. The Stoics understood that while you can't always control what happens to you, you can control how you interpret and respond to those events. This shift in perspective gives you the strength to face even the most daunting challenges with confidence, knowing that your discipline will carry you through. The practice of reflection is another valuable Stoic tool when turning challenges into opportunities. After facing a challenge, take time to reflect on how you handled it and what you learned from the experience. This reflection not only helps you grow from the challenge, but also prepares you for future difficulties. By continuously learning from your experiences, you strengthen your discipline and become more capable of handling whatever comes next. Challenges often require adaptability, another key component of Stoic discipline. The Stoics believed that flexibility in the face of adversity is essential for success. When you encounter obstacles, it's important to be willing to adjust your plans and find new ways to achieve your goals. This adaptability allows you to turn challenges into opportunities by finding solutions that may not have been obvious at first. One of the most important things to remember when facing challenges is that you're not alone. The Stoics believed in the interconnectedness of all people and understood that everyone faces difficulties at some point. This shared experience of adversity can help you feel more connected to others and less isolated in your struggles. Knowing that challenges are a universal part of life can give you the strength to face them with courage and discipline. Stoic discipline also teaches that challenges are an opportunity to practice humility. It's easy to become frustrated or prideful when things don't go according to plan, but challenges remind you that you don't have all the answers. This humility opens the door to learning and growth, allowing you to approach difficulties with an open mind and a willingness to improve. The Stoics also believed that challenges are a way to test your commitment to your goals. When things are going smoothly, it's easy to stay disciplined. But when challenges arise, they force you to confront how much you truly want to succeed. Each difficulty is a chance to recommit to your goals and prove to yourself that you have the discipline to stay on course, no matter what obstacles appear. A key Stoic practice when facing challenges is to focus on the present moment. Often, challenges feel overwhelming because we're thinking too far ahead, worrying about all the possible negative outcomes. But Stoicism teaches that by focusing on what you can do right now, you regain control over the situation. This focus on the present allows you to take meaningful action and prevents you from being paralyzed by fear or uncertainty. It's also important to remember that challenges often force you to grow in unexpected ways. The Stoics believed that adversity can bring out the best in us, pushing us to develop strengths and skills we didn't know we had. By embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, you not only overcome the obstacle in front of you, but also emerge from the experience stronger and more capable. Another valuable Stoic lesson is that challenges are temporary. The Stoics taught that everything in life is fleeting, including difficulties. No matter how overwhelming a challenge may feel in the moment, it will pass. This understanding helps you maintain your discipline and focus, knowing that the storm will eventually subside and you'll emerge on the other side. Challenges can also deepen your sense of purpose. The Stoics believed that life's difficulties often reveal what truly matters to us. When you're faced with a challenge, it forces you to clarify your priorities and focus on what's most important. This clarity can help you stay disciplined and motivated, even in the face of adversity, because you're connected to a deeper sense of purpose. The Stoics also taught that challenges are an opportunity to practice gratitude. While it may seem counterintuitive, being grateful for challenges helps shift your mindset from one of frustration to one of growth. Each difficulty is a chance to learn, improve, and become stronger. By expressing gratitude for these opportunities, you cultivate a more positive, disciplined approach to life's inevitable hardships. Another key aspect of turning challenges into opportunities is learning to let go of attachment to specific outcomes. The Stoics believed that attachment to outcomes creates suffering because we can't always control the results of our actions. By letting go of the need for a particular outcome, you free yourself from the anxiety and disappointment that often accompany challenges. Instead, you focus on what you can control, your effort and discipline. Stoic discipline also teaches that challenges are an opportunity to practice courage. It takes courage to face difficulties head-on, especially when the outcome is uncertain. Each time you muster the courage to confront a challenge, you build your resilience and strengthen your discipline. Over time, this courage becomes a habit, allowing you to face even greater challenges with confidence. Another important Stoic principle when facing challenges is the idea of progress over perfection. The Stoics understood that growth is a gradual process and that setbacks are a natural part of the journey. When you approach challenges with the mindset of progress rather than perfection, you're more likely to stay disciplined and motivated, even when things don't go exactly as planned. Challenges often push you to become more resourceful. The Stoics believed that adversity forces you to think creatively and find new ways to solve problems. Each challenge is an opportunity to tap into your inner resources and develop new skills. This resourcefulness not only helps you overcome the immediate difficulty, but also prepares you for future challenges. It's also important to remember that challenges build character. The Stoics believed that the true measure of a person is how they respond to adversity. When you face challenges with discipline, patience, and resilience, you're not only solving a problem, you're shaping your character. Each difficulty is an opportunity to become a stronger, wiser, and more disciplined version of yourself. Finally, Stoicism teaches that challenges are an essential part of the human experience. They're not something to be avoided, but something to be embraced. Each challenge you face and overcome becomes a testament to your discipline and resilience. By approaching life's difficulties with the mindset of growth and opportunity, you transform every challenge into a chance to become better, stronger, and more capable. Through Stoic discipline, you can face any challenge with the confidence that it will lead to greater growth and fulfillment. With challenges reframed as opportunities for growth, the next critical step is mastering self-control. While facing difficulties, your ability to regulate emotions and impulses becomes the key to navigating them with clarity and strength. Stoicism teaches that true power lies not in controlling external events, but in mastering yourself. By cultivating self-control, you learn to respond to life with reason and discipline, rather than being swayed by momentary emotions or fleeting desires. Self-control is the foundation of inner peace. The Stoics knew that most suffering comes from being ruled by emotions and impulses. When you allow anger, fear, or desire to dictate your actions, you lose control over yourself. Stoicism emphasizes that self-control begins with understanding your own mind, observing your emotional reactions, and then deciding how to respond. This gap between reaction and response is where true power lies. To master self-control, the Stoics often spoke of detachment. This doesn't mean indifference, but rather a healthy separation from things you cannot control. When you detach from the outcomes or external circumstances, you free yourself from emotional turmoil. By focusing on what is within your control, your own actions and responses, you create a solid foundation for self-mastery. This approach allows you to face life's ups and downs with a calm, steady mind. Stoicism also teaches that self-control involves managing desires. Human nature is often driven by the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain, but the Stoics argued that this approach leads to a lack of control. By practicing moderation and resisting the urge to chase fleeting pleasures, you cultivate a stronger sense of discipline. This doesn't mean denying all pleasure, but rather being mindful of which desires serve your long-term goals and which lead to distraction and chaos. One of the greatest challenges to self-control is the influence of external triggers, people, events, or situations that provoke emotional reactions. The Stoics believed that while you can't avoid these triggers, you can choose how to react. By observing your thoughts and emotions without immediately acting on them, you create a space between stimulus and response. This space gives you the opportunity to exercise self-control and act in alignment with your values rather than being driven by impulse. A core practice in Stoicism for mastering self-control is the regular reflection on your actions and decisions. By taking time to reflect on how you handled certain situations, especially those where emotions ran high, you gain insight into where you can improve. This practice of self-reflection builds awareness, allowing you to catch yourself before your emotions take over in future situations. Each day offers new opportunities to strengthen your self-control through this deliberate reflection. Self-control is also about managing your internal dialogue. The Stoics believed that much of your emotional turmoil stems from how you interpret events, not the events themselves. By controlling your thoughts and practicing rational thinking, you reduce the influence of negative emotions like anger, jealousy, and fear. This shift in mindset allows you to stay calm in the face of adversity and to make decisions based on reason rather than reaction. The Stoics often spoke of the importance of practicing voluntary discomfort to strengthen self-control. By deliberately placing yourself in situations that challenge your comfort, whether through fasting, cold exposure, or difficult tasks, you train your mind to handle discomfort without being overwhelmed by it. This practice builds mental toughness and teaches you that you can endure far more than your emotions might initially suggest. Another crucial element of self-control is emotional resilience. The Stoics recognized that emotions will always arise. It's natural to feel fear, anger, or sadness. However, self-control is about not letting those emotions control your actions. Instead of being swept away by emotional waves, you learn to let them pass while maintaining your focus on what matters. This resilience helps you stay grounded and clear-minded, even in emotionally charged situations. By mastering self-control, you also cultivate a sense of emotional balance. The Stoics emphasized that extremes of emotion, whether joy or despair, lead to instability. Self-control helps you navigate life with a more balanced emotional state, allowing you to experience both happiness and hardship without being overwhelmed by either. This balance is key to maintaining inner peace and a steady course through life. Self-control is also essential for making decisions aligned with your values. The Stoics believed that virtue, living in accordance with reason and nature, was the highest goal. But without self-control, It's easy to be swayed by temporary desires or social pressures. By cultivating self-control, you ensure that your actions reflect your deeper values rather than momentary impulses, leading to a more authentic and fulfilling life. Self-control is closely tied to the Stoic concept of endurance. Life is full of challenges that test your patience, resolve, and emotional fortitude. The Stoics taught that by enduring these difficulties with self-control, you develop a greater capacity for discipline and resilience. Each time you choose to maintain control in the face of adversity, you strengthen your ability to remain steady in future challenges. Another benefit of mastering self-control is the ability to maintain focus. In a world filled with distractions, it's easy to lose sight of your goals. The Stoics believed that self-control allows you to stay focused on what truly matters, blocking out the noise of unimportant or distracting impulses. This focus is essential for achieving long-term goals and maintaining a sense of purpose in life. Self-control also plays a critical role in relationships. The Stoics understood that human interactions are often fraught with emotional reactions. By practicing self-control, you improve your ability to communicate and connect with others without being driven by anger, frustration, or resentment. This emotional regulation leads to healthier, more constructive relationships and prevents unnecessary conflict. Stoic self-control is not about suppressing emotions, but rather managing them wisely. The Stoics believed that emotions are a natural part of life, but they shouldn't dictate your behavior. Instead, self-control allows you to acknowledge your emotions without letting them take over. This balanced approach ensures that you can feel deeply while still acting with reason and clarity. One of the most powerful aspects of Stoic self-control is its ability to foster a sense of freedom. When you master your emotions and impulses, you are no longer a slave to them. You're free to make decisions based on what's truly best for you, rather than being pulled in different directions by fleeting desires or emotional reactions. This freedom is one of the greatest gifts of self-discipline. Self-control is also about recognizing the long-term consequences of your actions. The Stoics encouraged thinking beyond the present moment and considering how today's decisions will affect your future. By exercising self-control, you make choices that benefit your long-term well-being rather than succumbing to short-term gratification. This foresight helps you stay disciplined and aligned with your larger goals. The Stoics believed that self-control is a form of strength. While it may appear easier to give in to impulses or emotions, true strength lies in the ability to hold back when necessary. Each time you resist the urge to act on impulse, you're exercising a form of inner strength that builds over time. This strength helps you face life's challenges with confidence and resilience. Self-control also brings clarity. When you're not clouded by emotional reactions or driven by impulses, you can see situations more clearly. This clarity allows you to make better decisions, stay focused on your goals, and approach life with a sense of calm. The Stoics valued this clarity of mind, as it enables you to navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and reason. Another benefit of self-control is the ability to remain consistent in your actions. The Stoics emphasized that discipline is about doing the right thing, not just when it's convenient, but consistently. By mastering self-control, you ensure that your actions remain aligned with your values and goals, even when faced with temptation or distraction. Self-control also enhances your ability to practice gratitude. When you're not constantly chasing after the next desire or reacting to every emotional impulse, you're more able to appreciate what you have. The Stoics taught that contentment comes from within, and self-control helps you cultivate this inner sense of gratitude and peace. The Stoics also believed that self-control is a pathway to wisdom. By regulating your emotions and impulses, you create space for reflection and deeper understanding. Instead of reacting impulsively to situations, you can step back, assess the bigger picture, and make decisions that are rooted in wisdom and reason. This thoughtful approach to life leads to more fulfilling and purposeful actions. Self-control helps you stay grounded. In a world that often encourages indulgence and emotional expression without limits, the Stoic practice of self-control provides a counterbalance. It allows you to remain centered and composed, no matter what's happening around you. This groundedness helps you navigate life with a sense of calm and assurance. Another key aspect of self-control is the ability to manage expectations. The Stoics understood that much of human suffering comes from unmet expectations. By practicing self-control, you learn to temper your expectations, recognizing that not everything will go your way. This realistic mindset prevents disappointment and allows you to remain steady in the face of life's unpredictability. Self-control is also essential for building trust in yourself. Each time you act with discipline, you reinforce your belief in your ability to stay true to your goals and values. This self-trust builds over time, giving you the confidence to face new challenges with the assurance that you can handle whatever comes your way. One of the most profound benefits of self-control is the sense of fulfillment it brings. When you live in alignment with your values and make decisions based on reason rather than impulse, you experience a deeper sense of satisfaction and purpose. The Stoics believed that this fulfillment comes not from external achievements, but from mastering oneself. Self-control is also contagious. When you consistently practice self-discipline, others around you take notice. Your calm, measured approach to life can inspire those around you to cultivate their own self-control. In this way, your discipline not only benefits your own life, but also creates a ripple effect, influencing others in positive ways. The Stoics understood that mastering self-control is a lifelong practice. It's not something you achieve once and for all, but something you work on every day. Each challenge, each temptation, each emotional reaction is an opportunity to practice and refine your self-control. Over time, these small daily efforts build a powerful foundation of discipline. Self-control also fosters self-respect. When you consistently act in accordance with your values and resist the pull of fleeting desires, you develop a deep sense of pride in who you are and how you live your life. This self-respect strengthens your discipline and reinforces your commitment to living with integrity. The Stoics taught that self-control is the key to living a virtuous life. Virtue, for the Stoics, meant living in alignment with nature and reason. Without self-control, it's easy to be swayed by emotions, impulses, and external pressures, leading you away from your true path. But with self-control, you can remain focused on your highest ideals and live a life of purpose and meaning. Self-control is also essential for managing stress. The Stoics recognized that many of life's stresses come from reacting emotionally to situations beyond our control. By practicing self-control, you learn to let go of what you can't change and focus on what you can. This approach reduces stress and helps you maintain a sense of calm and clarity even in difficult times. The practice of self-control also enhances your ability to persevere. Life is full of obstacles and setbacks, but the Stoics believed that self-control allows you to push through these difficulties with grace and determination. Each time you resist the urge to give up or take the easy way out, you strengthen your discipline and build the resilience needed to achieve your long-term goals. In the end, mastering self-control is about reclaiming your power. The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from within, not from external circumstances, but from the ability to control your own mind and actions. By practicing self-control, you free yourself from the tyranny of emotions and impulses, allowing you to live a life of purpose, integrity, and inner peace. With self-control as the foundation of inner strength, the next crucial practice in building discipline is delayed gratification. In a world that constantly offers immediate rewards, mastering the art of waiting is rare and powerful. Stoicism teaches that true fulfillment comes not from chasing quick, fleeting pleasures, but from cultivating patience and focusing on long-term goals. Practicing delayed gratification is the key to lasting success, and it requires a mindset that prioritizes discipline over instant rewards. Delayed gratification is about resisting the urge for immediate satisfaction in favor of long-term gains. The Stoics understood that many of life's greatest rewards come not from what is easy or quick, but from sustained effort over time. By focusing on what truly matters in the long run, you develop the ability to patiently work toward your goals, even when immediate rewards are absent. This patience builds the kind of discipline that leads to lasting fulfillment. One of the greatest challenges of practicing delayed gratification is overcoming the temptation of instant rewards. In today's fast-paced world, we're constantly bombarded with opportunities for quick pleasure, whether it's a notification on our phones or the ease of satisfying a craving. But the Stoics believed that real contentment comes from delaying these impulses and staying focused on the bigger picture. When you train yourself to resist immediate gratification, you strengthen your ability to stay disciplined in pursuit of your long-term vision. Patience is the cornerstone of delayed gratification. The Stoics emphasized that life's most meaningful achievements require time and persistence. Whether it's mastering a skill, building a career, or achieving personal growth, success doesn't happen overnight. By practicing patience, you learn to trust the process and remain committed to your goals, even when progress seems slow. This patience is essential for maintaining discipline in the face of obstacles and setbacks. The practice of delayed gratification also requires a deep understanding of your values. When you know what you truly want in the long term, it becomes easier to resist the pull of short-term pleasures. The Stoics believed that living in alignment with your values is the key to a fulfilling life, and this means choosing long-term satisfaction over temporary indulgence. By staying clear on your values, you create a strong foundation for practicing delayed gratification. Another aspect of delayed gratification is learning to manage your desires. The Stoics taught that desire often leads to frustration and dissatisfaction, especially when it's focused on things outside of your control. By practicing delayed gratification, you learn to manage your desires and focus on what truly matters. This shift in mindset helps you avoid the trap of constantly seeking more and instead find contentment in the pursuit of meaningful goals. Practicing delayed gratification also builds resilience. The Stoics understood that life is full of challenges and that true strength comes from the ability to endure discomfort in pursuit of a greater purpose. By delaying immediate gratification, you train yourself to tolerate discomfort and stay focused on what really matters. This resilience is essential for navigating the ups and downs of life with grace and determination. One of the key benefits of delayed gratification is the sense of accomplishment that comes from working toward a long-term goal. When you resist the temptation for instant rewards and stay committed to your vision, the satisfaction you feel at the end is far greater than any short-term pleasure could provide. The Stoics knew that true fulfillment comes from this kind of disciplined effort, and by practicing delayed gratification, you set yourself up for deeper, more meaningful success. Delayed gratification also helps you develop a greater sense of self-control. Each time you resist the urge for immediate pleasure, you strengthen your ability to regulate your impulses and make decisions that align with your long-term goals. This self-control becomes a habit, making it easier to stay disciplined in all areas of your life. The Stoics believed that self-mastery was the path to true freedom, and delayed gratification is one of the most effective ways to cultivate this mastery. The Stoics also taught that practicing delayed gratification leads to a more balanced life. When you're constantly chasing after quick pleasures, you become trapped in a cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. But by delaying gratification, you break free from this cycle and create a more balanced approach to life. You learn to appreciate the journey, not just the destination, and this mindset allows you to find contentment even in the midst of effort and discipline. Another important aspect of delayed gratification is the ability to delay recognition or external validation. In a world where people often seek immediate praise or approval, the Stoics believed that true satisfaction comes from within. By practicing delayed gratification, you learn to value your own progress and growth, rather than relying on external recognition. This internal sense of fulfillment builds a deeper sense of self-worth and confidence, allowing you to stay focused on your goals without needing constant validation from others. Delayed gratification also fosters humility. The Stoics taught that it's easy to become attached to immediate successes and to let short-term achievements inflate your ego. But when you practice delayed gratification, you develop the patience to wait for meaningful results, keeping your ego in check. This humility allows you to approach your goals with a steady, grounded mindset, rather than being swayed by temporary wins or losses. Practicing delayed gratification requires the discipline to say no to distractions. The Stoics recognized that distractions are one of the biggest obstacles to long-term success. Whether it's the lure of entertainment, social media, or trivial pursuits, distractions pull you away from what truly matters. By cultivating the ability to delay gratification, you strengthen your focus and your ability to stay on track, even when distractions are tempting. One of the most valuable outcomes of delayed gratification is the development of mental toughness. The Stoics understood that life is full of challenges, and the ability to endure discomfort is key to overcoming them. By delaying gratification, you train your mind to handle frustration, uncertainty, and difficulty without giving in to the need for immediate relief. This mental toughness allows you to face life's challenges with resilience and determination. Delayed gratification also helps you build stronger relationships. The Stoics believed that patience and self-control are essential for maintaining healthy, meaningful connections with others. When you practice delayed gratification, you learn to put the needs of the relationship ahead of your own immediate desires, whether it's by listening, compromising, or being patient. This approach fosters deeper trust, respect, and understanding in your relationships. One of the greatest lessons of delayed gratification is learning to trust in the process. The Stoics believed that everything unfolds in its own time, and trying to rush or force outcomes often leads to frustration. By practicing delayed gratification, you develop the patience to trust that your efforts will pay off in the long run, even if results aren't immediately visible. This trust in the process builds your discipline and allows you to stay focused on your long-term vision. Another key benefit of delayed gratification is the ability to prioritize your health and well-being. The Stoics taught that self-care and discipline go hand in hand, and practicing delayed gratification helps you make healthier choices. Whether it's resisting the urge to indulge in unhealthy habits or making time for regular exercise, delayed gratification allows you to prioritize long-term health over short-term pleasure. This mindset leads to a more balanced and fulfilling life. The practice of delayed gratification also helps you cultivate gratitude. When you're not constantly seeking the next quick fix or immediate reward, you learn to appreciate what you have in the present moment. The Stoics emphasized that contentment comes from valuing the simple things in life, and delayed gratification allows you to focus on the long-term joys rather than fleeting pleasures. This gratitude fosters a deeper sense of fulfillment and happiness. Delayed gratification also strengthens your sense of purpose. The Stoics believed that living a meaningful life requires a clear sense of purpose and direction. When you practice delayed gratification, you're constantly reminded of your long-term goals and values, which keeps you connected to your deeper sense of purpose. This focus on the bigger picture allows you to make decisions that align with your true calling, rather than being swayed by temporary desires. One of the most powerful aspects of delayed gratification is its ability to build confidence. Each time you resist the urge for immediate pleasure and stay committed to your goals, you prove to yourself that you have the discipline and strength to achieve what you set out to do. This confidence builds over time, giving you the courage to take on even greater challenges and stay focused on your long-term vision. The Stoics also recognize that delayed gratification teaches you the value of hard work. In a world where many seek shortcuts to success, the practice of delayed gratification reminds you that true achievement requires sustained effort over time. By embracing the process and staying committed to your goals, you develop a work ethic that is grounded in discipline and perseverance. This mindset leads to deeper, more meaningful success in all areas of life. Practicing delayed gratification also enhances your ability to set boundaries. The Stoics believed that discipline is about knowing your limits and respecting them. When you practice delayed gratification, you learn to set boundaries with yourself and others, saying no to distractions, temptations, and demands that don't align with your long-term goals. This ability to set boundaries strengthens your discipline and allows you to stay focused on what truly matters. Delayed gratification also helps you cultivate a sense of inner peace. The Stoics taught that much of life's anxiety comes from constantly chasing after desires and worrying about immediate results. By practicing delayed gratification, you learn to let go of the need for instant gratification and embrace a more patient, peaceful approach to life. This sense of inner calm allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. Another important aspect of delayed gratification is learning to embrace uncertainty. The Stoics understood that life is unpredictable, and practicing delayed gratification helps you develop the patience to handle uncertainty with confidence. When you trust that your efforts will lead to long-term success, even if the path is unclear, you free yourself from the anxiety of needing immediate answers. This mindset allows you to stay disciplined and focused, even in the face of uncertainty. Delayed gratification also fosters a sense of self-reliance. The Stoics believed that true strength comes from within, and by practicing delayed gratification, you learn to rely on your own discipline and determination rather than seeking external validation or quick fixes. This self-reliance builds your confidence and empowers you to take control of your life, knowing that you have the strength to achieve your goals on your own terms. One of the most profound lessons of delayed gratification is learning to find joy in the process. The Stoics believed that the journey is just as important as the destination, and by practicing delayed gratification, you learn to appreciate the small victories and moments of growth along the way. This mindset shift allows you to find fulfillment in the effort itself, rather than always waiting for the final outcome. Delayed gratification also helps you develop a more balanced approach to success. The Stoics taught that true success is not about accumulating wealth or accolades, but about living in alignment with your values. When you practice delayed gratification, you focus on long-term fulfillment rather than short-term gains, which leads to a more meaningful and purposeful life. This balanced approach to success ensures that you remain grounded and focused on what truly matters. Another key aspect of delayed gratification is learning to embrace setbacks. The Stoics understood that life is full of obstacles, and practicing delayed gratification helps you develop the patience and resilience to handle setbacks without losing sight of your long-term goals. By viewing setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than failures, you build the discipline to keep moving forward, even when the path is difficult. Delayed gratification also fosters a sense of gratitude for the future. The Stoics believed in thinking beyond the present moment and considering the impact of your actions on your future self. By practicing delayed gratification, you make choices that benefit your future well-being, whether it's saving money, investing in personal growth, or prioritizing your health. This forward-thinking mindset allows you to build a life that is rich in long-term fulfillment and success. The practice of delayed gratification also helps you develop a deeper sense of self-awareness. The Stoics believed that self-knowledge is the foundation of wisdom, and by practicing delayed gratification, you learn to understand your own desires, impulses, and motivations. This self-awareness allows you to make more intentional choices that align with your long-term goals and values, rather than being driven by fleeting emotions or external pressures. Finally, practicing delayed gratification leads to a life of purpose and fulfillment. The Stoics taught that true happiness comes not from chasing after short-term pleasures, but from living a life of meaning and discipline. By cultivating the patience and discipline to delay gratification, you create a life that is rich in long-term rewards, personal growth, and lasting satisfaction. This approach to life ensures that you remain focused on what truly matters, even in a world that constantly tempts you with the allure of instant gratification. With the practice of delayed gratification strengthening your patience and discipline, the next step is deepening your growth through reflection. Self-reflection, combined with the disciplined practice of journaling, serves as one of the most powerful tools in Stoicism for staying accountable and fostering continual improvement. Reflection offers a chance to pause, look inward, and evaluate your thoughts, actions, and progress. This process of intentional introspection is essential in solidifying the Stoic virtues and deepening your self-awareness. Reflection allows you to assess how your daily choices align with your values. The Stoics emphasized that without reflection, you can easily stray from the path of discipline. By regularly looking back on your actions, you ensure that your decisions are in harmony with your long-term goals. This self-check prevents you from being distracted by immediate desires and keeps you focused on living with integrity and purpose. Journaling is a practice that brings clarity to your reflections. By writing down your thoughts, emotions, and challenges, you can see patterns in your behavior and identify areas where you may need to grow. The Stoics believed that the act of writing helps organize your mind, allowing you to confront your weaknesses and strengthen your discipline. Journaling not only documents your journey, but also holds you accountable to yourself. One of the key benefits of reflection is the opportunity to learn from your mistakes. The Stoics taught that failure is not something to be feared, but rather embraced as a necessary part of growth. When you reflect on past missteps, you gain valuable insights that help you avoid repeating them in the future. This willingness to learn from failure is a hallmark of Stoic discipline and is essential for continuous improvement. Through reflection, you can also evaluate the emotions that drive your actions. The Stoics believed that unchecked emotions can lead to poor decisions and undermine discipline. By reflecting on how your emotions influenced your choices, you gain greater control over them. This awareness helps you cultivate emotional resilience and ensures that your actions are guided by reason rather than impulse. Journaling is a practice that allows you to confront your internal dialogue. Often, the most significant battles in life are fought within your own mind. The Stoics knew that by capturing your thoughts on paper, you could more easily challenge negative thinking patterns and replace them with more constructive, rational perspectives. This process of confronting and transforming your thoughts is key to mastering self-discipline. Another powerful aspect of reflection is its ability to foster gratitude. The Stoics believed that contentment comes from appreciating what you have, rather than constantly striving for more. When you reflect on the positive aspects of your life, you strengthen your sense of gratitude, which in turn nurtures your discipline. A mindset grounded in gratitude helps you stay focused on long-term goals rather than being swayed by fleeting desires. Reflection also encourages humility. The Stoics emphasize that no one is perfect, and self-reflection helps you remain aware of your own limitations. By acknowledging where you fall short, you cultivate the humility needed to keep growing. This humility strengthens your discipline because it reminds you that there is always room for improvement, no matter how much progress you've made. Regular reflection helps you maintain perspective. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to become overwhelmed by minor setbacks or distractions. The Stoics believed that by stepping back and reflecting on the bigger picture, you can regain a sense of balance and clarity. This broader perspective helps you stay disciplined by reminding you of what truly matters, even when life becomes chaotic. Journaling also serves as a tool for tracking your progress. The Stoics believed that growth is a gradual process, and it can be difficult to notice your own improvement without reflection. By documenting your journey, you can see how far you've come, which reinforces your commitment to continued discipline. Each entry in your journal serves as a reminder that you are moving forward, even when progress feels slow. Through reflection, you become more aware of your triggers. The Stoics taught that self-awareness is crucial for maintaining discipline, and reflection helps you identify the situations or emotions that lead to poor decisions. Once you're aware of your triggers, you can take steps to manage them more effectively, ensuring that they don't derail your progress. One of the most valuable aspects of reflection is its ability to provide clarity in decision-making. The Stoics believed that many of life's difficulties stem from indecision or unclear thinking. By regularly reflecting on your choices, you sharpen your ability to make decisions that align with your values and long-term goals. This clarity helps you act with confidence and discipline, even in challenging situations. Journaling also helps you identify recurring patterns in your behavior. The Stoics knew that much of human behavior is habitual, and without reflection, it's easy to fall into negative patterns. By documenting your thoughts and actions, you can recognize these patterns and take proactive steps to change them. This self-awareness is essential for breaking free from unproductive habits and developing more disciplined routines. Reflection also enhances your ability to manage stress. The Stoics believed that much of life's stress comes from how we interpret and respond to events. By reflecting on stressful situations, you can identify whether your reactions were productive or not. This awareness helps you approach future challenges with greater calm and resilience, ensuring that stress doesn't compromise your discipline. Another key benefit of reflection is the ability to refine your goals. The Stoics emphasized the importance of living with purpose, and reflection allows you to continually reassess whether your goals are aligned with your values. As you grow and change, your goals may shift, and regular reflection ensures that you stay on a path that is meaningful and fulfilling. Journaling helps you explore your inner motivations. The Stoics believed that understanding why you pursue certain goals is just as important as achieving them. Through journaling, you can delve into the deeper reasons behind your actions, clarifying whether they are rooted in external pressures or internal desires. This self-awareness strengthens your discipline by ensuring that your actions are driven by authentic motivations. Reflection also fosters resilience by helping you process difficult emotions. The Stoics taught that emotions should be acknowledged but not allowed to control your actions. By reflecting on emotional experiences, you can understand their underlying causes and learn to manage them more effectively. This emotional resilience is key to maintaining discipline, even in the face of adversity. Another powerful aspect of reflection is the opportunity to celebrate small victories. The Stoics believed that growth happens in small, incremental steps, and reflection allows you to recognize and appreciate these moments of progress. By acknowledging your achievements, no matter how small, you build the confidence and motivation needed to keep moving forward. Through reflection, you can also identify areas where you need to set stronger boundaries. The Stoics emphasized the importance of protecting your time and energy, and reflection helps you recognize when you've allowed distractions or obligations to undermine your discipline. By setting clearer boundaries, you ensure that you remain focused on what truly matters. Journaling helps you cultivate self-compassion. The Stoics believed that while self-discipline is essential, it's also important to be kind to yourself when you fall short. Journaling allows you to process feelings of disappointment or frustration and approach them with a sense of compassion. This balanced approach ensures that you stay committed to growth without being overly harsh or self-critical. Reflection also sharpens your ability to adapt. The Stoics knew that life is unpredictable, and reflection helps you navigate change with flexibility and grace. By regularly evaluating your actions and goals, you can make adjustments as needed, ensuring that you remain disciplined even when circumstances shift. Journaling creates a space for honest self-assessment. The Stoics believed that self-honesty is crucial for growth, and journaling provides a private, non-judgmental space to explore your thoughts and feelings. This practice encourages you to confront your weaknesses and take responsibility for your actions, which in turn strengthens your discipline. Through reflection, you also gain insight into your strengths. The Stoics taught that self-knowledge is essential for living a virtuous life, and reflection helps you recognize the qualities that support your growth. By identifying your strengths, you can lean into them and use them to overcome challenges, further enhancing your discipline. Journaling helps you clarify your priorities. The Stoics emphasized that living a meaningful life requires a clear sense of what truly matters. By regularly reflecting on your actions and goals, you can ensure that you're focusing on the things that align with your core values, rather than getting caught up in distractions or unimportant tasks. Reflection also encourages mindfulness. The Stoics believed in being fully present in the moment, and reflection helps you cultivate this awareness. By taking time to reflect on your thoughts and actions, you become more mindful of how you're living each day. This mindfulness strengthens your discipline by keeping you focused on the present and preventing you from being pulled into unnecessary worries about the future. Journaling helps you track your emotional patterns. The Stoics knew that emotions play a significant role in decision-making, and by documenting your emotional responses, you can identify patterns that either support or hinder your growth. This awareness allows you to manage your emotions more effectively and ensure that they don't interfere with your discipline. Through reflection, you develop a deeper sense of accountability. The Stoics emphasized the importance of taking responsibility for your actions, and reflection helps you hold yourself accountable for the choices you make. By regularly assessing your progress and addressing areas where you've fallen short, you reinforce your commitment to living with integrity and discipline. Another valuable aspect of reflection is the opportunity to refine your routines. The Stoics believed that discipline is built through consistent habits, and reflection allows you to evaluate whether your daily routines are serving your long-term goals. By making small adjustments to your routines, you can ensure that they support your growth and help you stay disciplined. Reflection also helps you manage expectations. The Stoics taught that many of life's frustrations come from unrealistic expectations, and reflection allows you to assess whether your expectations are grounded in reality. By adjusting your expectations, you can approach life with a greater sense of patience and acceptance, which in turn strengthens your discipline. Journaling fosters a sense of gratitude for the journey. The Stoics believed that the process of growth is just as important as the destination, and journaling allows you to appreciate the lessons learned along the way. This gratitude helps you stay motivated and disciplined, even when progress feels slow or difficult. Through reflection, you develop a greater sense of purpose. The Stoics taught that living with purpose is the key to a fulfilling life, and reflection helps you continually align your actions with your higher purpose. This alignment strengthens your discipline by ensuring that you stay focused on what truly matters, even when life presents challenges. Journaling helps you cultivate patience. The Stoics knew that growth takes time, and journaling allows you to track your progress over the long term. By regularly reflecting on your journey, you develop the patience needed to stay committed to your goals, even when immediate results aren't visible. Reflection also enhances your ability to forgive yourself. The Stoics believed that self-compassion is essential for growth, and reflection helps you process feelings of guilt or disappointment. By forgiving yourself for past mistakes, you free yourself to move forward with greater discipline and determination. Journaling encourages self-awareness. The Stoics emphasized that self-knowledge is the foundation of wisdom, and journaling helps you gain a deeper understanding of your thoughts, emotions, and motivations. This self-awareness strengthens your discipline by ensuring that your actions are guided by reason rather than impulse. Through reflection, you develop a sense of resilience. The Stoics taught that life's challenges are opportunities for growth, and reflection helps you process difficult experiences and learn from them. This resilience allows you to approach future challenges with greater confidence and discipline. Finally, reflection helps you stay grounded in the present moment. The Stoics believed that true contentment comes from living in the here and now, and reflection allows you to assess whether you're fully engaged in the present or distracted by worries about the future. This mindfulness helps you stay disciplined, focused, and at peace. As reflection strengthens your understanding and self-awareness, the next challenge is staying disciplined when life becomes difficult. It's easy to remain focused when everything goes smoothly, but real discipline is tested when circumstances grow harsh. The Stoics believed that adversity is not only inevitable, but also an opportunity to build inner strength. In these moments, the tools of Stoicism offer a way to remain disciplined, calm, and steadfast, even when everything around you feels like it's falling apart. The first step in maintaining discipline during tough times is acceptance. The Stoics taught that resistance to reality only creates suffering. When hardship strikes, the initial reaction might be frustration or denial, but discipline begins with accepting the situation for what it is. Acceptance does not mean passivity. It means understanding that while you cannot control external events, you can control how you respond. By accepting reality, you free up the mental and emotional energy needed to focus on what truly matters. In difficult moments, it's important to remember that you always have control over your mind. The Stoics emphasized that while the outside world may feel chaotic, your internal world remains your own. When things get hard, staying disciplined means choosing how you think about the situation. Instead of letting negative emotions dominate, you can choose to focus on reason, calm, and clarity. This internal control gives you the strength to stay disciplined even when circumstances feel overwhelming. One of the most valuable Stoic tools for tough times is the practice of focusing on what is within your control. Life often throws challenges your way that are completely beyond your influence. The Stoics taught that trying to control the uncontrollable only leads to frustration and despair. By narrowing your focus to what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and reactions, you regain a sense of agency. This focused mindset helps you stay disciplined by channeling your energy where it can actually make a difference. Tough times often stir up strong emotions like fear, anger, or anxiety. The Stoics believed that emotions are natural, but they should not be allowed to control your actions. Maintaining discipline means acknowledging these emotions without letting them dictate your behavior. By practicing emotional detachment, you can observe your feelings without being overwhelmed by them. This emotional control allows you to make decisions based on reason and logic, rather than impulsive reactions driven by fear or frustration. Another Stoic practice that strengthens discipline during adversity is the principle of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This technique involves mentally preparing for potential challenges by envisioning worst-case scenarios. By doing this, you reduce the shock or fear when difficulties arise because you've already considered how you might handle them. This mental preparation fortifies your discipline, making it easier to remain calm and focused when things go wrong. In difficult times, discipline also requires patience. The Stoics understood that many of life's challenges cannot be resolved quickly, and trying to rush through them only creates more stress. By practicing patience, you develop the ability to endure discomfort without losing your sense of purpose. Patience allows you to stay disciplined even when progress feels slow or obstacles seem insurmountable. This steady perseverance is essential for overcoming tough times with grace and determination. Resilience is another core element of Stoic discipline. The Stoics believed that every setback is an opportunity to grow stronger. When things get hard, staying disciplined means choosing to see the difficulty as a challenge to be met, rather than an obstacle to be avoided. Each time you rise to meet adversity, you build resilience, making it easier to handle future challenges with the same level of discipline and strength. One of the most powerful Stoic tools for staying disciplined in hard times is perspective. The Stoics often advise taking a step back and viewing your problems in the grand scheme of life. By broadening your perspective, you realize that many challenges, though painful in the moment, are temporary. This realization helps you remain calm and disciplined, knowing that the difficulty you face will eventually pass. Perspective gives you the strength to keep going, even when the present moment feels overwhelming. Another aspect of staying disciplined during tough times is maintaining your routines. The Stoics believed that structure and consistency are key to cultivating discipline. When life becomes chaotic, it's tempting to let go of your routines, but maintaining them can provide a sense of stability. Sticking to small daily habits, even in the midst of hardship, helps you stay grounded and focused. These routines serve as anchors, keeping you disciplined when everything else feels uncertain. The Stoics also encouraged reflection in difficult times. When challenges arise, it's easy to react without thinking, but taking a moment to reflect before responding can help you stay disciplined. By reflecting on your values and long-term goals, you ensure that your actions are aligned with your true purpose, rather than being driven by momentary stress or frustration. This reflection helps you make decisions that support your discipline, even in the face of adversity. Another important tool for staying disciplined during tough times is the practice of gratitude. The Stoics believed that gratitude is essential for maintaining perspective and inner peace. Even in the most difficult circumstances, there are always things to be grateful for. By focusing on the positives, no matter how small, you shift your mindset away from despair and toward hope. gratitude strengthens your discipline by helping you stay connected to the good in your life, even when challenges seem overwhelming. Tough times can often make you feel powerless, but the Stoics taught that true power comes from within. Staying disciplined means recognizing that while you cannot always control external events, you can control how you interpret them. By choosing to see hardship as an opportunity for growth, you reclaim your power. This mindset allows you to approach difficulties with confidence, knowing that your discipline will carry you through. Self-compassion is another essential tool for maintaining discipline during tough times. The Stoics believed that while discipline is important, it's also crucial to be kind to yourself when you face hardship. Tough times often come with mistakes, setbacks, and moments of weakness. By practicing self-compassion, you give yourself the space to grow without being overly harsh or critical. This balanced approach ensures that you remain disciplined without pushing yourself to the point of burnout. Another Stoic tool that helps during tough times is the principle of amor fati, or the love of fate. The Stoics believe that everything that happens, good or bad, is a part of your path. By embracing your circumstances, rather than resisting them, you cultivate a sense of peace and acceptance. This mindset helps you stay disciplined because it shifts your focus away from what's wrong and toward what you can learn from the situation. When you accept your fate with grace, you find the strength to keep moving forward. In difficult moments, it's also essential to remember that you're not alone. The Stoics believed that all human beings are connected, and everyone faces challenges at some point. By recognizing that your struggles are a part of the shared human experience, you gain the perspective needed to remain disciplined. This understanding helps you stay grounded, knowing that adversity is not a personal failure, but a universal part of life. Another way to stay disciplined during tough times is by breaking down big challenges into smaller, manageable steps. The Stoics taught that progress often comes in small, incremental changes. When a situation feels overwhelming, staying disciplined means focusing on what you can do right now, rather than becoming paralyzed by the size of the challenge. Each small step forward reinforces your discipline and helps you maintain momentum, even when the road ahead feels long. Tough times also test your commitment to your values. The Stoics believed that discipline is about staying true to your principles, no matter what external circumstances arise. When faced with hardship, it's easy to compromise your values in search of a quick solution, but true discipline means holding fast to what you know is right. By staying committed to your values, you build the kind of inner strength that can weather any storm. Another valuable Stoic tool for staying disciplined during tough times is the practice of journaling. Writing down your thoughts, fears, and challenges helps you process your emotions and gain clarity. Journaling also allows you to track your progress and reflect on how you've handled difficult situations in the past. This reflection helps you stay disciplined by reminding you of your resilience and the lessons you've learned along the way. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of maintaining hope during tough times. Discipline is not just about endurance, it's about believing that your efforts will eventually lead to something better. Even when the outcome is uncertain, hope gives you the motivation to keep going. By focusing on what you can achieve in the future, you stay disciplined in the present, knowing that your perseverance will pay off in the long run. Another key aspect of Stoic discipline during adversity is flexibility. The Stoics understood that life is unpredictable, and rigidly sticking to one plan can lead to frustration. Staying disciplined means being adaptable, willing to adjust your course when necessary, while still staying true to your overall goals. This flexibility allows you to navigate challenges with resilience, finding new paths forward even when the original plan falls apart. One of the most empowering Stoic tools for tough times is the realization that adversity often brings unexpected benefits. The Stoics believed that hardship can lead to personal growth, deeper self-awareness, and greater wisdom. By embracing this perspective, you can stay disciplined, knowing that even in the midst of difficulty, you are becoming stronger and more capable. This mindset transforms challenges into opportunities for growth. Another important tool for staying disciplined during tough times is setting realistic expectations. The Stoics believed that much of life's frustration comes from expecting things to go perfectly. By setting realistic expectations, you prepare yourself for the inevitable challenges that will arise. This mindset helps you remain disciplined because you're not thrown off course when things don't go as planned. Instead, you're able to adjust and continue moving forward. In difficult times, discipline also requires letting go of the need for external validation. The Stoics believed that true contentment comes from within, not from the approval of others. When things get hard, staying disciplined means staying focused on your own progress and growth, rather than seeking recognition or praise from the outside world. This internal focus strengthens your discipline by keeping you connected to your own sense of purpose. Another powerful tool for maintaining discipline during tough times is the practice of mindfulness. The Stoics believed in the importance of being fully present in the moment. When challenges arise, it's easy to get caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past. By practicing mindfulness, you stay focused on the present, allowing you to tackle each moment with clarity and discipline. This focus prevents you from becoming overwhelmed and helps you stay on track, even when things feel uncertain. Another Stoic tool that helps maintain discipline in tough times is detachment from outcomes. The Stoics believed that while you should give your best effort, the final result is often out of your hands. By detaching from specific outcomes, you free yourself from the anxiety and frustration that come with trying to control the uncontrollable. This detachment allows you to focus on what you can control, your actions and your attitude, ensuring that you remain disciplined no matter what happens in the end. Through all the challenges and difficulties, Stoicism teaches that discipline is a practice, not a destination. Tough times are not something to be feared, but embraced as opportunities to refine your discipline. Each moment of hardship is a chance to grow stronger, more resilient, and more focused. By using the tools of Stoicism, you can stay disciplined in even the most difficult circumstances, knowing that each challenge you overcome brings you closer to becoming the person you aspire to be. As we navigate the difficulties of life and find discipline through Stoic tools, a deeper layer of strength comes from cultivating mindfulness. This form of self-awareness sharpens your ability to remain focused and in control, especially in a world full of distractions and emotional turbulence. Stoic meditation, a practice rooted in reflection and presence, can serve as a powerful method to nurture mindfulness. Through these practices, you harness the power of your mind, gaining the clarity and self-control necessary to stay disciplined no matter the circumstances. Mindfulness begins with awareness of the present moment. The Stoics taught that much of human suffering comes from being disconnected from the here and now, either lost in the past or anxious about the future. Through mindfulness, you learn to anchor yourself in the present, gaining the ability to respond to life's challenges with calmness and focus. This moment-to-moment awareness forms the foundation for lasting discipline, as it prevents your mind from wandering into unproductive thought patterns. Stoic meditation emphasizes the importance of daily reflection. While traditional mindfulness focuses on being fully present, Stoic meditation takes this a step further by encouraging regular contemplation of your thoughts, actions, and emotions. This reflection creates a deep sense of self-awareness, allowing you to recognize where your discipline falters and what external or internal influences are pulling you off course. With this awareness, you can make conscious adjustments that strengthen your resolve. When practicing Stoic mindfulness, you develop the ability to observe your emotions without immediately acting on them. The Stoics believed that emotions are a natural part of life, but they shouldn't be allowed to dictate your decisions. By cultivating mindfulness, you train yourself to notice emotions as they arise, giving you the space to decide how to respond rather than react impulsively. This emotional discipline is key to maintaining focus and control, even in stressful situations. Another benefit of mindfulness is its ability to reduce mental clutter. The Stoics knew that the mind can become overwhelmed with unnecessary thoughts, worries, and distractions. Mindfulness helps you clear away this mental noise, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. When your mind is clear and present, you can direct your energy toward your goals with greater efficiency and determination. This focus enhances your ability to stay disciplined in all aspects of life. Stoic meditation also teaches you to reflect on your mortality. The practice of memento mori, or the contemplation of death, reminds you that life is finite. This awareness sharpens your focus on the present, helping you to prioritize what's truly important. By meditating on the brevity of life, you're more likely to let go of trivial distractions and focus on meaningful actions, reinforcing your commitment to discipline. Mindfulness and meditation also cultivate patience. The Stoics understood that discipline is not about achieving instant results, but about maintaining steady effort over time. Mindfulness helps you develop the patience to stay focused on your long-term goals, even when progress seems slow or obstacles arise. This patience is crucial for building the kind of discipline that endures through life's inevitable challenges. Another key aspect of mindfulness is learning to detach from outcomes. The Stoics believed that while you should strive to do your best, the final result is often beyond your control. Mindfulness teaches you to focus on the process rather than becoming fixated on the outcome. By letting go of the need for specific results, you free yourself from the anxiety and frustration that often accompany setbacks. This detachment allows you to remain disciplined and focused on your efforts, no matter the outcome. Stoic meditation also encourages you to reflect on your virtues and values. By regularly meditating on what kind of person you want to become, you reinforce your commitment to living a life of discipline and purpose. This reflection strengthens your resolve to act in alignment with your values, even when it's difficult. The more you connect with your deeper virtues, the easier it becomes to stay focused on long-term goals rather than being swayed by momentary desires. One of the most powerful aspects of mindfulness is its ability to enhance self-control. When you're fully present and aware of your thoughts and emotions, you're less likely to be pulled off course by impulses or distractions. Mindfulness gives you the ability to pause, assess the situation, and choose a response that aligns with your long-term goals. This self-control is the cornerstone of discipline, allowing you to act with intention rather than being driven by fleeting emotions. Stoic meditation also helps you cultivate resilience. Life is unpredictable, and challenges will inevitably arise. By practicing mindfulness, you develop the mental strength to remain calm and focused in the face of adversity. This resilience helps you stay disciplined even when circumstances are difficult, ensuring that you don't lose sight of your goals in the midst of hardship. Another benefit of mindfulness is its ability to foster a deeper sense of gratitude. The Stoics taught that contentment comes not from external achievements, but from appreciating the present moment. By practicing mindfulness, you learn to focus on the positive aspects of your life, even in challenging times. This gratitude helps you maintain perspective and strengthens your discipline by reminding you of what's truly important. Mindfulness also enhances your ability to make thoughtful decisions. The Stoics believed that many of life's difficulties come from hasty, impulsive decisions. By practicing mindfulness, you create a space between stimulus and response, allowing you to make more thoughtful choices. This deliberation ensures that your actions are aligned with your long-term goals, reinforcing your discipline and helping you avoid distractions. Another key aspect of mindfulness is its role in managing stress. The Stoics understood that much of life's stress comes from worrying about things beyond your control. Mindfulness helps you focus on the present moment, reducing anxiety about the future or regret about the past. This calm, focused mindset allows you to approach life's challenges with greater clarity, ensuring that stress doesn't undermine your discipline. Stoic meditation also encourages you to reflect on your relationships. The Stoics believed that healthy relationships are essential for a fulfilling life, and mindfulness helps you become more aware of how you interact with others. By practicing mindfulness in your relationships, you learn to listen more deeply, respond more thoughtfully, and manage conflicts with greater patience and understanding. This mindfulness strengthens your discipline by fostering more harmonious and supportive connections with those around you. Mindfulness also helps you stay connected to your purpose. The Stoics taught that living with purpose is the key to a meaningful life, and mindfulness allows you to regularly reflect on your deeper goals and values. By staying present and aware of what truly matters, you're less likely to be distracted by superficial pursuits. This focus on purpose strengthens your discipline, helping you stay committed to your long-term vision. Another important aspect of mindfulness is its ability to improve your emotional intelligence. The Stoics believed that understanding and managing your emotions is essential for self-mastery. By practicing mindfulness, you become more attuned to your emotional state, allowing you to recognize and manage your feelings before they spiral out of control. This emotional awareness helps you maintain self-control and discipline, even in emotionally charged situations. Stoic meditation also teaches you to embrace discomfort. The Stoics believed that growth often comes from stepping outside of your comfort zone, and mindfulness helps you develop the mental toughness needed to face discomfort without being overwhelmed. By practicing mindfulness in difficult situations, you learn to tolerate discomfort while staying focused on your goals. This resilience helps you remain disciplined even when the path ahead is challenging. Another key benefit of mindfulness is its ability to foster a sense of inner peace. The Stoics taught that true contentment comes from within, and mindfulness helps you cultivate this inner calm by quieting the mind and focusing on the present moment. This sense of peace allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace and patience, strengthening your discipline and helping you remain focused on what truly matters. Mindfulness also helps you develop a greater sense of self-awareness. The Stoics believed that self-knowledge is the foundation of wisdom, and mindfulness allows you to explore your thoughts, emotions, and motivations with greater clarity. This self-awareness helps you identify areas where your discipline may be lacking, allowing you to make conscious adjustments that support your growth. Stoic meditation also teaches you to practice humility. The Stoics understood that no one is perfect, and mindfulness helps you recognize your own limitations without judgment. This humility allows you to approach your discipline with a sense of openness and curiosity, rather than being rigid or overly self-critical. By practicing mindfulness, you learn to accept your imperfections while still striving for improvement. Mindfulness also enhances your ability to stay present in your daily routines. The Stoics believed that discipline is built through consistent, intentional actions, and mindfulness helps you stay fully engaged in each moment. By focusing on the task at hand, rather than being distracted by thoughts of the past or future, you increase your efficiency and effectiveness. This focus on the present moment strengthens your discipline by ensuring that you make the most of each day. Another important aspect of mindfulness is its ability to improve your ability to handle setbacks. The Stoics believed that failure is a natural part of life, and mindfulness helps you process setbacks with greater ease. By staying present and accepting the situation as it is, you reduce the emotional impact of failure and remain focused on what you can learn from the experience. This resilience helps you stay disciplined, even in the face of adversity. Mindfulness also helps you develop a more balanced approach to success. The Stoics taught that true success is not measured by external achievements, but by living in alignment with your values. By practicing mindfulness, you learn to appreciate the process of growth, rather than being solely focused on the end result. This balanced mindset helps you maintain discipline by keeping you grounded in what truly matters, rather than being swayed by the pursuit of superficial goals. Stoic meditation also encourages you to reflect on the impact of your actions. The Stoics believed that each decision has consequences, and mindfulness helps you become more aware of how your choices affect yourself and others. By regularly reflecting on the ripple effects of your actions, you develop a greater sense of responsibility and accountability. This awareness strengthens your discipline by ensuring that your decisions are guided by wisdom and integrity. Another key benefit of mindfulness is its ability to foster a deeper sense of self-compassion. The Stoics understood that self-discipline should not come at the expense of self-kindness. Mindfulness helps you cultivate a sense of compassion for yourself, allowing you to acknowledge your mistakes without being overly harsh or self-critical. This balanced approach to discipline ensures that you remain motivated and focused on growth without falling into the trap of perfectionism. Mindfulness also enhances your ability to manage distractions. The Stoics believed that discipline requires focus, and mindfulness helps you stay present and attentive, even in a world full of distractions. By practicing mindfulness, you develop the ability to tune out external noise and focus on what truly matters. This focused attention helps you stay disciplined and productive, even when distractions are tempting. Stoic meditation also teaches you to practice acceptance. The Stoics believed that much of life is beyond your control, and mindfulness helps you accept this reality with grace. By focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and responses, you develop a greater sense of inner peace and resilience. This acceptance strengthens your discipline by helping you remain focused on what truly matters, even when external circumstances are challenging. Mindfulness also helps you cultivate a sense of inner strength. The Stoics believed that true power comes from within, and mindfulness allows you to tap into this inner reservoir of strength by quieting the mind and focusing on the present moment. This inner strength helps you remain disciplined, even when faced with difficult situations, ensuring that you stay true to your values and goals. Another important aspect of mindfulness is its ability to foster a sense of balance. The Stoics taught that a well-lived life is one of harmony and balance, and mindfulness helps you create this equilibrium by encouraging you to be fully present in each moment. By focusing on what truly matters and letting go of distractions, you cultivate a more balanced approach to life. This balance strengthens your discipline by ensuring that you remain focused on your long-term goals without becoming overwhelmed by external pressures. Finally, mindfulness and Stoic meditation help you develop a deeper sense of purpose. The Stoics believed that living with purpose is the key to a meaningful life, and mindfulness allows you to regularly connect with your deeper values and goals. By staying present and aware of what truly matters, you ensure that your actions are aligned with your purpose, reinforcing your discipline and helping you stay committed to your long-term vision. Through mindfulness, you not only strengthen your discipline, but also create a life of greater meaning and fulfillment. As mindfulness brings clarity and self-awareness, the next vital aspect of Stoic practice is applying this awareness to decision-making. Life is filled with countless choices, both big and small, and each one shapes the direction of your journey. The Stoic approach to disciplined decisions is rooted in logic, reason, and the understanding that your choices have long-lasting consequences. By using Stoic principles to guide your decisions, you ensure that each choice is aligned with your values and long-term goals, leading to a more purposeful and disciplined life. Disciplined decision-making begins with self-reflection. Before acting, the Stoics encouraged taking a step back to evaluate the situation from a rational perspective. Emotions often cloud judgment, but Stoic logic helps you distance yourself from the immediate emotional pull and think clearly about the potential outcomes. This deliberate pause ensures that your decisions are based on reason, not impulse, creating a strong foundation for discipline. One of the key Stoic practices in making disciplined decisions is focusing on what you can control. The Stoics understood that many aspects of life are beyond your influence, and trying to control them leads to frustration. When faced with a decision, a Stoic asks, "What is within my power?" By narrowing your focus to what you can truly affect, you make decisions grounded in reality rather than being swayed by factors outside your control. This focus on personal agency strengthens your discipline by keeping you rooted in practical, actionable choices. A disciplined decision is one that is aligned with your values. The Stoics believed that virtue, living in accordance with reason and nature, should guide all decisions. When making a choice, you must ask yourself whether the action aligns with your deeper values or is simply a reaction to temporary desires. This values-based approach ensures that each decision supports your long-term growth and integrity, rather than being driven by momentary urges or external pressures. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of considering the long-term consequences of your decisions. Many poor choices stem from a focus on short-term gratification at the expense of future well-being. By thinking beyond the present moment, you can evaluate how your decisions will impact your life in the future. This foresight helps you resist the temptation of instant rewards, reinforcing your discipline by keeping you focused on long-term goals. Another powerful Stoic tool in decision-making is the concept of indifference. The Stoics taught that certain things in life, such as wealth, status, or external success, are not inherently good or bad. They are indifferent because they do not contribute to virtue. When making decisions, the Stoics encourage you to consider whether the outcome truly affects your character or simply caters to external desires. This detachment from external outcomes allows you to make choices based on what will strengthen your inner self, rather than what will bring temporary satisfaction. The Stoics believed that wisdom is the key to disciplined decision-making. Wisdom is not about having all the answers, but about making thoughtful choices based on knowledge, experience, and reflection. When faced with a difficult decision, the Stoics encouraged seeking out different perspectives and reflecting on past experiences to guide your actions. This thoughtful approach helps you make decisions that are informed and deliberate, rather than reactive. Another aspect of disciplined decision-making is understanding the role of emotion. While emotions are natural and inevitable, the Stoics believed that they should not dictate your choices. When making decisions, it's important to acknowledge your emotions without letting them control the outcome. This emotional awareness helps you act with clarity and discipline, ensuring that your decisions are based on logic and reason rather than emotional impulses. Stoic decision-making also involves a deep commitment to honesty with oneself. It's easy to justify poor choices with excuses or rationalizations, but the Stoics believed that true discipline comes from confronting your own motivations honestly. When making decisions, ask yourself whether you're choosing the path of least resistance or the path that aligns with your values. This honesty helps you stay true to your goals, even when the disciplined choice is the more difficult one. Another Stoic principle that guides disciplined decision-making is courage. The Stoics understood that making the right choice often requires stepping outside of your comfort zone and facing uncertainty or fear. Discipline involves the courage to make difficult decisions, even when the outcome is unknown or the path is challenging. This courage strengthens your resolve and helps you remain committed to your goals, no matter the obstacles you may face. The Stoics also encouraged practicing detachment from outcomes when making decisions. While you should always strive to make the best possible choice, the Stoics believed that the final outcome is often beyond your control. By focusing on the process, making thoughtful, disciplined decisions, you free yourself from the anxiety of needing a specific result. This detachment allows you to approach decision-making with a calm, clear mind, knowing that you've done your best, regardless of the outcome. Disciplined decision-making is also about consistency. The Stoics believed that discipline is built through consistent actions over time. When making decisions, it's important to consider whether your choice supports the habits and routines you've cultivated. Consistency reinforces discipline, ensuring that each decision builds on the progress you've already made, rather than setting you back. Another powerful Stoic practice for making disciplined decisions is the principle of simplicity. The Stoics believed that complexity often leads to confusion and poor choices. When faced with a decision, simplify the options by focusing on what truly matters. Strip away unnecessary details and distractions, and focus on the core values that should guide your choice. This simplicity helps you make clearer, more disciplined decisions that are aligned with your goals. Stoic decision-making also involves accepting the inevitability of failure. The Stoics understood that no matter how disciplined you are, not every decision will lead to success. Discipline is about making the best choice you can with the information available, even if the outcome is uncertain. By accepting that failure is a natural part of life, you free yourself from the fear of making mistakes. This mindset allows you to make decisions with confidence and resilience, knowing that each choice is an opportunity to learn and grow. Another key aspect of disciplined decision-making is the ability to prioritize. The Stoics believed that not all decisions are equally important, and part of discipline is knowing when to focus your energy on what truly matters. When faced with multiple choices, take a step back and evaluate which decisions will have the greatest impact on your long-term goals. This prioritization ensures that your energy is directed toward actions that support your growth and well-being. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of self-awareness in decision-making. Understanding your own strengths, weaknesses, and tendencies helps you make more disciplined choices. When you're aware of your own patterns, you can recognize when you're tempted to make impulsive or irrational decisions. This self-awareness allows you to pause and reflect before acting, ensuring that your choices are aligned with your goals rather than driven by momentary desires. Another Stoic principle that guides disciplined decision-making is the practice of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This technique involves mentally preparing for potential challenges by considering worst-case scenarios. By anticipating possible obstacles, you're better equipped to make disciplined decisions when difficulties arise. This mental preparation helps you stay focused on your goals, even in the face of adversity, by reinforcing your commitment to making thoughtful, reasoned choices. Stoic decision-making also involves a deep sense of responsibility. The Stoics believed that you are responsible for your actions and their consequences, regardless of external circumstances. When making decisions, it's important to take full ownership of your choices, recognizing that they have the power to shape your future. This sense of responsibility strengthens your discipline by reminding you that each decision is an opportunity to move closer to your goals or further away from them. Another important aspect of disciplined decision-making is the ability to stay present. The Stoics believed that many poor decisions are made when you're too focused on the past or future. By staying fully engaged in the present moment, you're better able to assess the situation with clarity and make decisions based on the reality of now. This focus on the present helps you avoid distractions and ensures that your choices are rooted in reason and discipline. Stoic decision-making also involves practicing empathy. The Stoics believed that all humans are interconnected, and part of making disciplined decisions is considering how your choices affect others. By taking the time to reflect on the impact of your actions, you make decisions that are not only in line with your personal goals, but also contribute to the greater good. This empathy strengthens your discipline by encouraging you to act with integrity and kindness, even when it's difficult. Another key Stoic principle in decision-making is the understanding of impermanence. The Stoics taught that everything in life is temporary, and this awareness helps you make more disciplined choices. When you recognize that both success and failure are fleeting, you're less likely to be swayed by immediate emotions or external pressures. This detachment from the transient nature of life allows you to focus on what truly matters, ensuring that your decisions are guided by long-term values rather than short-term desires. The Stoics also encouraged practicing gratitude when making decisions. By appreciating what you already have, you're less likely to make choices based on a sense of lack or dissatisfaction. Gratitude helps you approach decision-making from a place of abundance and contentment, rather than a constant desire for more. This mindset strengthens your discipline by helping you focus on making decisions that enhance your well-being and personal growth, rather than chasing after fleeting pleasures. Another powerful Stoic tool in disciplined decision-making is the practice of journaling. Writing down your thoughts, options, and potential outcomes helps you clarify your thinking and make more thoughtful choices. Journaling allows you to reflect on past decisions, identify patterns, and track your progress. This practice reinforces your discipline by ensuring that each decision is made with intention and self-awareness. Stoic decision-making also involves embracing uncertainty. The Stoics understood that no matter how carefully you plan, the future is always uncertain. Discipline means making the best decision you can with the information available, even if the outcome is unknown. By accepting the uncertainty of life, you free yourself from the paralysis of indecision. This mindset allows you to move forward with confidence, knowing that you've made a thoughtful and reasoned choice regardless of the result. Another important aspect of disciplined decision-making is the ability to set boundaries. The Stoics believed that discipline involves knowing when to say no. When making decisions, it's important to recognize when an opportunity, task, or request doesn't align with your values or long-term goals. By setting clear boundaries, you protect your time and energy, ensuring that your decisions are focused on what truly matters. The Stoics also taught that disciplined decision-making requires a balance between action and contemplation. While it's important to reflect and think through your choices, discipline also involves the willingness to take action. Overthinking or delaying decisions can lead to missed opportunities and stagnation. By striking a balance between thoughtful reflection and decisive action, you ensure that your decisions are both reasoned and timely. Stoic decision-making also involves recognizing the power of choice. The Stoics believed that while you may not have control over external events, you always have control over how you choose to respond. Every decision you make is an opportunity to exercise this power, reinforcing your discipline by reminding you that you are the author of your own life. This sense of empowerment helps you approach decision-making with confidence and clarity, knowing that your choices shape your destiny. Through disciplined decision-making, you cultivate a life of purpose and integrity. The Stoics taught that each choice, no matter how small, contributes to the person you become. By applying Stoic logic to your daily decisions, you ensure that your actions are aligned with your values, reinforcing your discipline and helping you stay focused on your long-term goals. With each disciplined decision, you move closer to living a life of wisdom, virtue, and fulfillment. With disciplined decision-making as the foundation for a life of integrity, the next challenge is to eliminate the habits that undermine your growth. Bad habits, whether subtle or obvious, can gradually erode your progress and prevent you from living up to your full potential. Stoicism offers a practical approach to breaking these unhealthy habits and replacing them with behaviors that foster discipline and purpose. By using Stoic principles, you can free yourself from the chains of habit and make room for the actions that will truly shape your future. One of the first steps in breaking bad habits is awareness. The Stoics believed that self-knowledge is essential for personal growth. Before you can change any habit, you must first recognize it. This awareness requires honest reflection on your daily routines, behaviors, and thought patterns. By acknowledging the habits that hold you back, you take the first step toward breaking free from them. Without awareness, habits can operate in the background, unnoticed, but once they are brought into the light, they can be addressed. Stoicism teaches that breaking bad habits requires an understanding of what is within your control. Many habits are fueled by external factors, stress, environment, or the influence of others. But the Stoics remind us that while you cannot control these external triggers, you can control your response to them. By focusing on your inner strength and self-discipline, you regain the power to choose your actions, even when habits have been deeply ingrained. This focus on internal control helps you resist the pull of unhealthy patterns. Another key Stoic principle in breaking bad habits is practicing emotional detachment. Habits are often tied to emotional states, comfort, boredom, anxiety, or reward. The Stoics emphasized that while emotions are natural, they should not dictate your actions. By cultivating detachment from the emotional highs and lows that accompany bad habits, you create space to make more rational choices. This emotional control allows you to act in alignment with your values, rather than being driven by temporary feelings. One of the most powerful tools for breaking bad habits is the Stoic practice of self-reflection. Journaling or reflecting on your daily actions helps you identify patterns of behavior and understand the motivations behind your habits. By regularly reflecting on your progress, you can see where you've made improvements and where you still need to focus. This process of reflection keeps you accountable and provides valuable insight into how your habits are affecting your life. Stoicism also teaches the importance of small, consistent actions in breaking bad habits. The Stoics understood that change doesn't happen overnight. It requires steady, incremental progress. When trying to break a bad habit, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the enormity of the task. However, by focusing on small, manageable steps, you can gradually replace unhealthy behaviors with more productive ones. This approach builds confidence and reinforces your discipline, making the process of breaking habits more sustainable. Another key element of Stoicism is the concept of choice. The Stoics believed that every moment presents an opportunity to make a choice that aligns with your values or one that strays from them. When breaking a bad habit, it's important to remember that each decision you make, no matter how small, matters. By choosing to act in accordance with your long-term goals, even in the face of temptation, you weaken the grip of bad habits and strengthen your discipline. The Stoic practice of focusing on what is within your control also applies to how you approach your environment. Many bad habits are reinforced by external cues, whether it's the presence of certain people, places, or things. While you can't always change your environment, you can control how you respond to it. By creating an environment that supports your goals, you make it easier to break bad habits and replace them with healthier alternatives. Another aspect of breaking bad habits is practicing patience. The Stoics taught that patience is essential for personal growth, and this is especially true when trying to change long-standing habits. Bad habits often take time to form, and they will take time to break. By cultivating patience, you allow yourself the space to make gradual progress without becoming discouraged by setbacks. This steady persistence helps you stay focused on your ultimate goal rather than giving up when the process feels difficult. Stoic discipline also involves the practice of self-compassion. Breaking bad habits is not easy, and there will inevitably be moments of failure or relapse. The Stoics believed that while self-discipline is important, it's also crucial to approach yourself with kindness and understanding. When you slip up, it's important not to become overly critical or self-defeating. Instead, recognize the mistake, learn from it, and move forward with renewed focus. This balanced approach ensures that you remain committed to your growth without being weighed down by guilt or frustration. Another powerful Stoic tool in breaking bad habits is the principle of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This practice involves mentally preparing for potential challenges or setbacks before they occur. By envisioning the difficulties you may face when trying to break a bad habit, you reduce the emotional impact of these obstacles when they arise. This mental preparation helps you stay calm and focused, ensuring that challenges don't derail your progress. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of accountability in personal growth. When breaking a bad habit, it can be helpful to share your goal with a trusted friend or mentor who can provide support and encouragement. This external accountability helps you stay on track, especially when temptation arises. By seeking out accountability, you reinforce your commitment to breaking the habit and create a network of support that strengthens your discipline. Another important aspect of breaking bad habits is developing a strong sense of purpose. The Stoics believed that living with purpose is the key to a fulfilling life, and this sense of purpose can help you stay focused on your long-term goals when breaking bad habits. By connecting your efforts to a deeper sense of meaning, you create a powerful motivation to stay disciplined. This purpose-driven approach ensures that you remain committed to positive change, even when the process feels difficult. Stoicism also teaches that breaking bad habits requires a focus on the present moment. Many bad habits are fueled by regrets about the past or worries about the future. The Stoics believed that the key to self-discipline is staying fully engaged in the present. By focusing on the choices you make today, rather than dwelling on past mistakes or future outcomes, you create the opportunity for real change. This present-focused mindset helps you make more thoughtful, disciplined decisions in your daily life. Another Stoic principle that supports breaking bad habits is the practice of gratitude. The Stoics believed that contentment comes from appreciating what you have, rather than constantly seeking more. By cultivating gratitude, you can shift your focus away from the desires and cravings that fuel bad habits. This mindset helps you find satisfaction in the present moment, reducing the need to seek comfort or escape through unhealthy behaviors. Stoicism also encourages the practice of resilience when breaking bad habits. The process of changing ingrained behaviors is often filled with challenges, setbacks, and frustration. The Stoics taught that resilience is the ability to endure discomfort and adversity without losing focus. By cultivating resilience, you strengthen your ability to stay disciplined even when the road ahead feels difficult. This mental toughness helps you push through challenges and remain committed to your goal. One of the most powerful Stoic tools for breaking bad habits is the concept of virtue. The Stoics believed that living a virtuous life is the ultimate goal of human existence. When breaking a bad habit, it's important to consider how your actions align with your virtues. By focusing on virtues such as self-control, wisdom, and courage, you create a strong foundation for lasting change. This values-driven approach ensures that your efforts to break bad habits are grounded in something meaningful and enduring. Another key aspect of breaking bad habits is understanding the role of identity. The Stoics taught that your actions shape who you are. When trying to break a bad habit, it's important to recognize that each choice you make contributes to the person you're becoming. By consistently choosing behaviors that align with your values, you strengthen your sense of identity as a disciplined and purposeful individual. This identity shift reinforces your commitment to breaking bad habits and creates a lasting sense of self-confidence. Stoic meditation can also play a valuable role in breaking bad habits. The practice of daily reflection allows you to examine your thoughts, behaviors, and motivations with greater clarity. By regularly meditating on your actions, you gain insight into the underlying causes of your habits and can address them at the root. This reflective practice helps you stay mindful of your choices, making it easier to resist the pull of unhealthy behaviors. Another important Stoic principle in breaking bad habits is the concept of detachment from outcomes. The Stoics believed that while you should strive to do your best, the final result is often beyond your control. When breaking a bad habit, it's important to focus on the process of change, rather than becoming fixated on immediate results. This detachment from outcomes reduces frustration and helps you stay patient and disciplined, knowing that progress takes time. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of maintaining balance in all areas of life. When breaking a bad habit, it's easy to become overly focused on eliminating the behavior, to the detriment of other aspects of your well-being. The Stoics taught that true discipline involves maintaining harmony in all areas of life, physical, mental, and emotional. By taking a balanced approach to breaking bad habits, you ensure that your efforts are sustainable and support your overall well-being. Stoic wisdom also encourages the practice of self-forgiveness when breaking bad habits. The process of change is rarely linear, and there will be moments when you fall short of your goals. The Stoics believed that while it's important to take responsibility for your actions, it's also crucial to forgive yourself and move forward. By practicing self-forgiveness, you free yourself from the burden of guilt and maintain the motivation to continue your journey toward positive change. Another key Stoic principle for breaking bad habits is the idea of progress over perfection. The Stoics understood that perfection is unattainable and that true growth comes from consistent effort, not flawless execution. When breaking a bad habit, it's important to focus on making gradual improvements rather than striving for immediate perfection. This mindset helps you stay motivated and disciplined even when progress feels slow. Stoicism also teaches that breaking bad habits requires self-discipline in all areas of life. The Stoics believed that discipline is a holistic practice and that cultivating discipline in one area strengthens your ability to maintain discipline in others. By practicing discipline in your daily routines, whether it's through exercise, work, or mindfulness, you build the mental strength needed to break bad habits and replace them with healthier alternatives. Another important aspect of Stoic discipline in breaking bad habits is setting clear intentions. The Stoics believed that living with purpose is essential for personal growth. When trying to break a bad habit, it's important to set clear, specific intentions for what you want to achieve. By defining your goals and the steps needed to reach them, you create a roadmap for success. This clarity of purpose helps you stay focused and disciplined, even when the process feels challenging. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of celebrating small victories when breaking bad habits. Change is a gradual process, and it's important to acknowledge the progress you've made along the way. By celebrating each small step forward, you reinforce your commitment to positive change and build momentum for continued success. This practice of gratitude and celebration helps you stay motivated and disciplined, even in the face of setbacks. Finally, Stoicism teaches that breaking bad habits is not just about eliminating negative behaviors, but also about cultivating positive ones. The Stoics believed that a fulfilling life is one filled with purpose, virtue, and discipline. When breaking a bad habit, it's important to focus not only on what you're leaving behind, but also on what you're building. By replacing unhealthy behaviors with actions that align with your values and long-term goals, you create a life of meaning, fulfillment, and lasting discipline. As you work on breaking bad habits and replacing them with positive actions, there will inevitably be moments when you stumble. Failure, in its many forms, can feel discouraging and overwhelming, but the Stoics teach us to embrace it as an essential part of growth. Failure is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful tool for learning and refining our discipline. By shifting how you view failure, you can transform it into a source of strength and resilience, staying committed to your journey no matter the setbacks. Failure provides a moment of clarity, stripping away illusions and revealing where adjustments need to be made. When things don't go as planned, you are faced with the reality of your choices and their consequences. This moment of truth offers the opportunity to assess your actions honestly and determine where your approach may have gone off course. The Stoics believed that such reflection is invaluable for refining your discipline. One of the most important aspects of embracing failure is realizing that it's temporary. The Stoics emphasized that nothing in life is permanent, not even setbacks. When you fail, it's easy to feel as though the failure defines you. But Stoic resilience teaches that each failure is a momentary event, not a lasting condition. By accepting failure as part of the process, you free yourself from the fear of it, allowing you to move forward with renewed focus and determination. Resilience in the face of failure requires patience. The Stoics understood that real growth takes time and that failure is simply a signal that more time and effort are needed. When you encounter a setback, it's important to practice patience with yourself and the process. This patience allows you to stay on track without becoming discouraged or losing sight of your long-term goals. One powerful Stoic practice for embracing failure is the art of self-reflection. After a failure, the Stoics would encourage examining the event carefully to understand what went wrong and why. Rather than dwelling on the negative emotions associated with failure, self-reflection helps you see failure as a valuable learning experience. Each mistake offers a lesson that can guide you toward better decisions and stronger discipline in the future. Failure also serves as a test of your perseverance. The Stoics believed that true discipline is not about avoiding failure, but about rising each time you fall. When you face setbacks, your response defines the strength of your discipline. Will you give up, or will you use the failure as fuel to keep going? This perseverance builds resilience, ensuring that each failure makes you stronger, not weaker. Another key Stoic principle is the idea that failure is often beyond your control. The Stoics taught that while you have control over your actions, You cannot control all the factors that contribute to success or failure. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, things don't go as planned. By accepting that certain aspects of failure are outside your influence, you can release feelings of frustration or disappointment and focus on what is within your control, your attitude and response. Failure also forces you to confront your ego. The Stoics believe that ego can blind you to your weaknesses and prevent growth. When you fail, it's a humbling reminder that you still have room to improve. This humility is crucial for developing discipline because it keeps you open to learning and adapting. By embracing failure, you strip away the pride that holds you back and make room for true growth. The Stoic approach to failure emphasizes the importance of persistence. Each failure is an opportunity to start again, but with more knowledge and wisdom than before. The Stoics understood that failure is not an end, but a part of the journey. Each time you persist after a setback, you build greater resilience and discipline. This persistence ensures that failure becomes a stepping stone to success rather than a roadblock. Stoic resilience teaches that failure is a necessary part of mastery. The path to discipline is not a straight line, and each failure represents a moment of learning that brings you closer to your goals. Rather than viewing failure as a detour, the Stoics saw it as part of the path itself. By embracing this mindset, you develop the ability to stay on course even when faced with obstacles, knowing that each challenge is helping you grow stronger. Failure also provides a unique opportunity for self-awareness. The Stoics believed that self-knowledge is the foundation of wisdom, and failure often reveals parts of yourself that you may not have been aware of, whether it's a lack of preparation, overconfidence, or unrealistic expectations. This self-awareness allows you to address these weaknesses and make the necessary adjustments to strengthen your discipline. The Stoics also emphasized that failure can build character. Each time you confront failure, you have the choice to either be defeated by it or to rise above it. This choice shapes your character and builds inner strength. By viewing failure as a chance to develop virtues such as resilience, patience, and perseverance, you transform it into a positive force in your life, one that enhances your discipline. Another Stoic approach to failure is to practice detachment from the outcome. The Stoics believed that while you should strive to do your best, the final result is often out of your control. When you fail, it's important to detach from the outcome and focus on the process. This mindset shift allows you to see failure not as a reflection of your worth, but as part of the journey toward improvement. Detachment from outcomes reduces the emotional weight of failure, making it easier to move forward. Failure also serves as a reminder to practice gratitude. The Stoics taught that even in failure, there is something to be grateful for, whether it's the lessons learned, the opportunity to try again, or the resilience gained from enduring setbacks. Gratitude helps shift your perspective from frustration to appreciation, allowing you to embrace failure as part of the process of growth rather than a source of disappointment. The Stoics believed that failure tests your ability to stay focused on your long-term goals. When you fail, it's tempting to give up or change direction, but Stoic discipline involves maintaining focus despite setbacks. Each failure is a chance to reaffirm your commitment to your goals and to strengthen your resolve. By staying focused on the bigger picture, you ensure that failure doesn't derail your progress, but instead becomes a part of your journey. Failure also provides an opportunity to practice self-compassion. The Stoics emphasized the importance of being kind to yourself, even in the face of failure. Self-compassion allows you to acknowledge your mistakes without being overly critical or harsh. This kindness helps you maintain the motivation to keep going, rather than becoming discouraged or defeated by setbacks. Self-compassion ensures that failure becomes a tool for growth rather than a source of self-punishment. Another Stoic principle in embracing failure is the idea that failure often brings unexpected benefits. The Stoics believed that even in adversity, there is the potential for growth, learning, and new opportunities. When you fail, it may initially seem like a setback, but over time, you may discover that the failure led to something even better than you had planned. This mindset allows you to approach failure with curiosity and openness rather than fear. Stoicism teaches that failure helps you develop mental toughness. Each time you face a setback and choose to persevere, you strengthen your mind's ability to handle adversity. This mental toughness is essential for discipline because it ensures that you can continue to make progress even when the journey becomes difficult. By embracing failure as part of the process, you train your mind to stay focused and resilient, no matter the obstacles. Failure also forces you to re-evaluate your approach. The Stoics believed that failure provides valuable feedback on what isn't working. When you fail, it's an opportunity to assess your strategy and make adjustments. This re-evaluation helps you refine your methods, ensuring that you're better prepared for the next challenge. By viewing failure as feedback rather than a dead end, you continuously improve your approach and increase your chances of success. The Stoics also taught that failure can strengthen your relationships. When you fail, it often requires you to seek support or guidance from others. This vulnerability can deepen your connections with those who help you through difficult times. By embracing failure as a shared human experience, you build stronger relationships based on trust, empathy, and mutual support. These connections provide a valuable network of encouragement that helps you stay disciplined on your journey. Another important Stoic principle is that failure reminds you of your humanity. The Stoics believed that no one is perfect, and failure is a natural part of being human. By accepting your imperfections, you free yourself from the unrealistic expectation of always succeeding. This acceptance allows you to approach failure with grace, knowing that it's part of the process of growth and learning. Embracing your humanity helps you stay resilient and disciplined, even in the face of setbacks. Failure also provides an opportunity to practice humility. The Stoics understood that pride and ego can prevent growth. When you fail, it's a humbling reminder that you still have more to learn. This humility keeps you grounded and open to new insights, allowing you to continue growing and improving. By embracing failure with humility, you strengthen your discipline by staying focused on learning rather than being driven by ego. Another Stoic approach to failure is to practice non-judgment. The Stoics believed that events themselves are neither good nor bad. It's our interpretation of them that gives them meaning. When you fail, it's easy to label the experience as negative. But Stoic resilience teaches that failure is neutral. It's simply a part of life. By practicing non-judgment, you remove the emotional burden of failure, allowing you to view it objectively and move forward with clarity and focus. Failure also teaches you the value of resilience. The Stoics believed that life is filled with challenges, and each one is an opportunity to build greater resilience. When you fail, you have the choice to either give up or keep going. Each time you choose to persevere, you strengthen your ability to face adversity with grace and discipline. This resilience ensures that failure becomes a stepping stone to success rather than a roadblock. The Stoic approach to failure emphasizes the importance of continuous effort. Failure is not the end of the journey. It's a momentary pause that allows you to regroup and continue moving forward. The Stoics believed that discipline is built through consistent action, even in the face of setbacks. By embracing failure as part of the process, you maintain the momentum needed to keep progressing toward your goals. Failure also provides an opportunity to practice gratitude for the process of growth. The Stoics taught that the journey itself is valuable regardless of the outcome. When you fail, it's a chance to appreciate the lessons learned and the personal growth that comes from facing challenges. This gratitude helps you stay focused on the bigger picture, ensuring that failure doesn't diminish your motivation, but instead fuels your desire to keep improving. Finally, Stoicism teaches that failure is a necessary part of becoming your best self. The Stoics believed that true discipline is forged in the crucible of adversity. Each failure offers a chance to refine your character, strengthen your resilience, and sharpen your focus. By embracing failure as a natural and essential part of the journey, you develop the mental and emotional toughness needed to stay disciplined and continue moving forward, no matter the obstacles. Failure, when viewed through the lens of Stoicism, becomes a powerful tool for growth and a key component of your path to success. As you embrace failure and use it as a tool for growth, the next challenge lies in maintaining unwavering commitment to your goals. In the face of adversity, distractions, and the inevitable frustrations that come with any journey, staying on course requires an unshakable determination. The Stoics understood that achieving long-term goals isn't simply about ambition or talent. It's about the steady, consistent application of effort grounded in resilience and purpose. By relying on Stoic values, you can nurture the determination needed to stay committed, even when the path becomes difficult. Stoicism teaches that the key to staying committed is aligning your goals with your deeper values. When your goals are connected to a greater purpose, they hold more meaning and importance. This connection keeps you focused, even when progress feels slow or obstacles arise. By regularly reflecting on why your goals matter, you reinforce your determination to see them through to the end. One of the most powerful Stoic principles for commitment is the idea of accepting what you cannot control and focusing on what you can. Many people give up on their goals because they become frustrated by circumstances beyond their influence. The Stoics remind us that while you cannot control external events, you can always control your attitude, effort, and choices. By narrowing your focus to what is within your power, you strengthen your resolve and maintain momentum toward your goals, no matter what challenges come your way. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of persistence in achieving long-term goals. Discipline is not about making one grand gesture. It's about taking consistent, small steps every day, even when you don't feel motivated. This persistence is what ultimately leads to success. Each day that you take action, no matter how small, you reinforce your commitment and move closer to your desired outcome. Another Stoic value that strengthens commitment is the practice of self-discipline. The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from mastering oneself, not being ruled by desires or distractions. When you commit to your goals, self-discipline becomes the foundation that keeps you focused and prevents you from veering off course. By cultivating discipline in your daily routines, you create the structure and habits needed to stay committed, even when motivation fades. The Stoic principle of focusing on the present moment also plays a crucial role in staying committed to your goals. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the enormity of a long-term goal, but the Stoics taught that the present is where all action occurs. By focusing on what you can do today, rather than worrying about the future, you make steady progress. This mindfulness prevents you from being discouraged by the distance to your goal, helping you stay grounded in the actions you can take right now. One of the greatest obstacles to commitment is the fear of failure. The Stoics believed that failure is an inevitable part of any journey, but it should not deter you from continuing. By accepting that setbacks will happen, you free yourself from the fear that often paralyzes progress. Each time you encounter a challenge or failure, use it as a moment to reflect, learn, and strengthen your resolve. This resilience keeps you on track, even when things don't go as planned. The Stoics also encourage the practice of gratitude in staying committed to long-term goals. Gratitude helps shift your focus away from what you lack or what has yet to be achieved and toward the progress you've already made. By appreciating each small step forward, you reinforce your sense of accomplishment and strengthen your motivation to keep going. Gratitude also helps you stay connected to the positive aspects of the journey, rather than becoming fixated on the difficulties. Another Stoic value that supports commitment is the pursuit of excellence. The Stoics believed that life is about striving to be the best version of yourself, not for external validation, but as an expression of your character. When you approach your goals with a mindset of excellence, you focus on giving your best effort, regardless of the outcome. This internal drive keeps you committed, knowing that the true reward comes from the process of growth and self-improvement. Stoicism also teaches the value of patience in pursuing long-term goals. Many people abandon their goals because they expect quick results, but the Stoics understood that real progress takes time. Patience allows you to stay committed, even when results are not immediately visible. By cultivating a long-term perspective, you avoid the frustration that comes with unrealistic expectations and instead remain focused on steady, incremental growth. The practice of reflection is another key Stoic tool for maintaining commitment. The Stoics encouraged regular self-reflection to assess progress and realign actions with goals. By taking time to reflect on where you are in your journey, you can identify areas where you may have drifted off course and make the necessary adjustments. This reflective practice keeps you accountable and helps you stay committed to your goals, even when distractions arise. Another essential Stoic value in staying committed is resilience. The Stoics believed that adversity is a natural part of life, and your ability to persevere in the face of challenges is what defines your character. When you encounter difficulties in pursuing your goals, resilience allows you to keep going, knowing that each obstacle is an opportunity to grow stronger. This resilience is the backbone of commitment, ensuring that you stay on course no matter what obstacles arise. Stoicism also teaches the importance of adaptability in achieving long-term goals. While commitment requires perseverance, it also requires flexibility. The Stoics understood that life is unpredictable, and sometimes circumstances change in ways that require you to adjust your approach. By remaining adaptable, you can navigate challenges and setbacks without losing sight of your ultimate goal. This balance between persistence and adaptability ensures that you stay committed while also being open to new paths forward. Another Stoic principle that reinforces commitment is the practice of setting clear intentions. The Stoics believed that living with purpose is essential for a meaningful life, and this applies to goal setting as well. When you set clear, specific intentions for what you want to achieve, you create a roadmap for success. This clarity helps you stay focused and committed, even when distractions or challenges arise. By regularly reviewing your intentions, you keep your goals at the forefront of your mind, ensuring that your actions align with your long-term vision. Stoic determination is also rooted in the understanding that effort is more important than outcome. The Stoics believed that while you cannot control the outcome of your efforts, you can always control the effort you put in. This mindset helps you stay committed, knowing that the value of your journey lies in the process of giving your best, rather than being attached to a specific result. By focusing on effort rather than outcome, you free yourself from the pressure of perfection and instead embrace steady progress. Another important aspect of Stoic determination is the ability to prioritize. The Stoics understood that not all goals or tasks are of equal importance, and part of staying committed is knowing where to direct your energy. By prioritizing the actions that have the greatest impact on your long-term goals, you ensure that your efforts are focused on what truly matters. This prioritization helps you stay disciplined and prevents you from becoming overwhelmed by less important distractions. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of detachment from external validation. Many people lose their commitment to long-term goals because they seek approval or recognition from others. The Stoics taught that true fulfillment comes from within, not from external validation. By detaching from the need for approval, you can stay focused on your own progress and growth, rather than being swayed by the opinions of others. This internal focus strengthens your commitment and helps you stay on track, regardless of external circumstances. Another Stoic principle that supports commitment is the practice of mindfulness. The Stoics believed that being fully present in the moment is essential for living a disciplined life. When pursuing long-term goals, it's easy to become distracted by thoughts of the future or regrets about the past. Mindfulness helps you stay grounded in the present, ensuring that your actions are aligned with your goals and values. This focused attention helps you maintain momentum and stay committed, even when the journey feels challenging. The Stoic concept of virtue also plays a key role in staying committed to your goals. The Stoics believed that living a virtuous life, one based on wisdom, courage, justice and self-control, was the highest good. When your goals are rooted in virtue, they become more than just personal ambitions. They become a reflection of your character. This virtuous foundation provides a strong sense of purpose, keeping you committed to your goals even when the path is difficult. Another important aspect of Stoic determination is the practice of self-compassion. The Stoics taught that while discipline is essential, it's also important to be kind to yourself when things don't go as planned. Setbacks and failures are inevitable on any journey, but self-compassion helps you stay committed without being weighed down by guilt or self-criticism. By approaching yourself with kindness and understanding, you maintain the motivation to keep going, even when the road is tough. The Stoics also believed in the power of community and connection in staying committed to long-term goals. While Stoicism emphasizes self-reliance, it also recognizes the importance of seeking support from others. When pursuing a goal, it can be helpful to surround yourself with people who share your values and can provide encouragement and accountability. This sense of community helps you stay focused and motivated, especially during challenging times. Stoic determination is also about accepting the uncertainty of the future. The Stoics understood that while you can plan and work toward your goals, the future is always unpredictable. By embracing this uncertainty, you free yourself from the anxiety that often accompanies long-term planning. This acceptance allows you to stay committed to the process, knowing that while the outcome may be uncertain, your efforts are always within your control. Another Stoic value that supports commitment is the practice of resilience in the face of criticism. When pursuing long-term goals, it's common to encounter criticism or doubt from others. The Stoics taught that your actions should be guided by your own values and reason, not the opinions of others. By staying true to yourself and your goals, you develop the resilience needed to withstand external criticism and stay committed to your path. Stoicism also encourages the practice of gratitude for the journey itself. While it's natural to focus on the end goal, the Stoics believed that the process of working toward a goal is valuable in its own right. By appreciating the small victories and lessons learned along the way, you stay motivated and committed. This gratitude helps you maintain perspective, ensuring that you remain focused on your long-term vision without becoming discouraged by setbacks. Finally, Stoic determination is about embracing the challenges that come with pursuing long-term goals. The Stoics believed that adversity is an essential part of growth, and each challenge you face is an opportunity to build greater resilience and discipline. By viewing obstacles as a necessary part of the journey, you develop the mental and emotional strength needed to stay committed, no matter how difficult the path may be. This unwavering determination, grounded in Stoic values, ensures that you remain focused and resilient, allowing you to achieve your goals with purpose and clarity. As you remain steadfast in your commitment to long-term goals, there's a deeper element that supports your discipline: simplicity. Life often becomes complicated with distractions, unnecessary obligations, and mental clutter, all of which can make it hard to stay focused. The Stoics believed that true discipline flourishes in an environment of simplicity, where distractions are stripped away and you are left with clarity and purpose. By embracing simplicity, you create space for greater focus, productivity, and inner peace, all essential for maintaining Stoic discipline. Simplicity begins with clarity of purpose. The more complex your life becomes, the harder it is to see what truly matters. The Stoics encouraged living according to nature, which means aligning your actions with your core values and purpose. When you clear away the distractions that pull you in different directions, you gain clarity on what deserves your time and energy. This clarity strengthens your discipline as it becomes easier to stay focused on what truly matters. One of the first steps to embracing simplicity is reducing material possessions. The Stoics believed that accumulating too many things leads to unnecessary stress and distraction. By living with only what you truly need, you free yourself from the burden of excess. This material simplicity allows you to focus your energy on more meaningful pursuits, rather than being weighed down by the maintenance and desire for more. The less you are attached to material things, the easier it becomes to stay disciplined in your actions and choices. Mental simplicity is just as important as physical simplicity. The Stoics taught that the mind, like a garden, must be tended to regularly, clearing away unhelpful thoughts and worries. When your mind is cluttered with unnecessary concerns, it becomes difficult to focus on your goals. By practicing mental clarity through Stoic reflection and mindfulness, you create the mental space needed for discipline to thrive. This mental simplicity allows you to focus on the present and make decisions with greater ease. Another way to embrace simplicity is by eliminating unnecessary commitments. Many people fill their lives with obligations that do not align with their values or long-term goals. These commitments, while sometimes well-intentioned, often lead to burnout and distract you from what truly matters. The Stoics encouraged saying no to things that do not serve your purpose, freeing up time and energy for the things that do. By simplifying your schedule, you create more room for focused, intentional action. Simplicity also involves cultivating a sense of inner peace. The Stoics believed that much of human suffering comes from desiring more than what is necessary. When you are constantly striving for more, whether it's possessions, achievements, or approval, you create unnecessary complexity in your life. By learning to be content with what you have and focusing on your inner well-being, you reduce this complexity and create a foundation of peace that supports your discipline. The Stoic practice of focusing on what is within your control is another key to simplicity. Many of life's complexities arise from trying to manage things that are beyond your influence. By letting go of the need to control external events, you simplify your life and reduce the mental and emotional burden that comes with it. This focus on what you can control allows you to direct your energy where it is most effective, strengthening your discipline and helping you stay on track. Another benefit of simplicity is that it reduces decision fatigue. The more options and distractions you have, the harder it becomes to make clear decisions. By simplifying your life, whether through routines, habits, or reducing distractions, you make decision-making easier. This simplicity frees up mental energy, allowing you to stay disciplined and make choices that align with your values and goals. Simplicity also enhances your ability to focus. The Stoics understood that a scattered mind is less effective than one that is fully present and focused. When your life is filled with unnecessary distractions, your attention is divided, making it harder to stay disciplined. By removing these distractions and creating an environment of simplicity, you can concentrate more fully on your tasks and goals, leading to greater productivity and success. The practice of simplicity also extends to how you set goals. The Stoics believed in setting clear, achievable goals that align with your values. When your goals are overly complex or vague, it becomes difficult to stay motivated and disciplined. By simplifying your goals and breaking them down into manageable steps, you create a path that is easier to follow. This clarity helps you stay focused on your progress, ensuring that each step moves you closer to your ultimate objective. Simplicity also fosters greater self-awareness. When your life is free from unnecessary clutter and distractions, it becomes easier to reflect on your actions and choices. This self-awareness is essential for maintaining discipline, as it allows you to recognize when you are drifting off course and make adjustments. By embracing simplicity, you create the mental space needed for self-reflection and growth. Another important aspect of simplicity is the practice of minimalism in your habits and routines. The Stoics believed that discipline is built through consistent, intentional actions. When your daily routines are filled with unnecessary activities or distractions, it becomes harder to stay disciplined. By simplifying your habits and focusing on the essentials, you create a routine that supports your long-term goals. This minimalism ensures that your actions are aligned with your values, making it easier to maintain discipline over time. Simplicity also helps you stay grounded in the present moment. The Stoics taught that the present is the only time we truly have, and living in the moment is key to a fulfilling life. When your life is cluttered with distractions and future concerns, it becomes difficult to stay present. By embracing simplicity, you reduce these distractions and create space for mindfulness. This presence allows you to fully engage with your actions, making it easier to stay disciplined and focused. Another benefit of simplicity is that it reduces stress. The more complex your life becomes, the more stress you are likely to experience. This stress can undermine your discipline, leading to burnout or impulsive decisions. By simplifying your life and focusing on what truly matters, you reduce the stress that comes with complexity. This calm, focused mindset helps you stay disciplined and make thoughtful, intentional choices. Simplicity also encourages gratitude. The Stoics believed that true happiness comes from appreciating what you have, rather than constantly seeking more. When you simplify your life, you create space to appreciate the small, meaningful things that often go unnoticed in a busy, complex life. This gratitude reinforces your discipline by helping you focus on what truly matters, rather than being distracted by the pursuit of unnecessary desires. Another key aspect of simplicity is the practice of detachment from external outcomes. The Stoics taught that while you should strive to do your best, the final result is often beyond your control. When you are overly attached to specific outcomes, your life becomes more complicated and stressful. By embracing simplicity and detaching from the need for certain results, you free yourself from this burden and can focus on the process itself. This detachment allows you to stay disciplined regardless of the outcome, because your focus remains on giving your best effort. Simplicity also strengthens your resilience. When your life is filled with unnecessary complexity, it becomes harder to navigate challenges and setbacks. By simplifying your life, you create a foundation of clarity and focus that helps you bounce back from difficulties. This resilience is essential for maintaining discipline, as it ensures that you can stay on track even when the path becomes difficult. The practice of simplicity also encourages greater alignment with your values. The more complex your life becomes, the easier it is to lose sight of what truly matters. By simplifying your actions, commitments, and goals, you create space to reflect on whether they align with your deeper values. This alignment strengthens your discipline by ensuring that your efforts are directed toward what is most meaningful and important to you. Simplicity also fosters better relationships. The Stoics believed that healthy relationships are essential for a fulfilling life, but when your life is overly complex, it becomes harder to nurture these connections. By simplifying your commitments and creating more time and space for meaningful relationships, you strengthen the bonds that support your well-being. These relationships, in turn, provide encouragement and accountability, helping you stay disciplined in your personal and professional life. Another aspect of simplicity is the practice of contentment. The Stoics taught that true contentment comes from within, not from external achievements or possessions. When you simplify your life, you reduce the need for external validation or success, allowing you to find fulfillment in the present moment. This contentment reinforces your discipline by helping you stay focused on what truly matters, rather than being distracted by the pursuit of more. Simplicity also encourages a more sustainable approach to life. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature, which includes reducing excess and waste. When your life is filled with unnecessary consumption or complexity, it becomes harder to maintain balance. By simplifying your habits and focusing on what is truly essential, you create a more sustainable lifestyle that supports your well-being and the well-being of others. This sustainability helps you stay disciplined, as it ensures that your actions are aligned with your long-term values. Another key benefit of simplicity is that it enhances creativity. The more cluttered your life and mind are, the harder it becomes to think clearly and creatively. By simplifying your environment and mental space, you create room for new ideas and perspectives to emerge. This creative clarity helps you approach challenges with fresh solutions, strengthening your discipline by allowing you to find new ways to stay focused and productive. Simplicity also fosters a sense of freedom. The more complex your life becomes, the more restricted you may feel by obligations, possessions, or expectations. By simplifying your life, you free yourself from these burdens and create space for greater flexibility and freedom. This freedom allows you to make choices that are aligned with your values and long-term goals, reinforcing your discipline by ensuring that your actions are intentional and purposeful. Another important aspect of simplicity is the practice of mindfulness in daily activities. The Stoics believed that mindfulness, being fully present in each moment, was essential for living a disciplined life. By simplifying your routines and focusing on one task at a time, you create space for mindfulness. This mindful approach helps you stay focused on your goals and ensures that your actions are aligned with your values. Simplicity also helps you avoid decision fatigue. The more complex your life becomes, the more decisions you have to make, which can lead to exhaustion and poor choices. By simplifying your life, whether through routines, habits, or reducing distractions, you reduce the number of decisions you need to make each day. This simplicity helps you conserve mental energy and make more thoughtful, disciplined choices. Another benefit of simplicity is that it creates space for self-reflection. The Stoics believed that regular self-reflection was essential for personal growth and discipline. When your life is filled with distractions and obligations, it becomes harder to find time for reflection. By simplifying your commitments and reducing distractions, you create space for self-reflection, allowing you to assess your progress and make necessary adjustments. Simplicity also encourages greater focus on your long-term goals. The more complex your life becomes, the easier it is to lose sight of what truly matters. By simplifying your actions, commitments, and environment, you create a clear path toward your long-term goals. This clarity helps you stay disciplined and focused, ensuring that your efforts are directed toward what is most important. Another key aspect of simplicity is the practice of minimalism in your relationships. The Stoics believed that healthy relationships are essential for a fulfilling life, but when your social circle becomes too large or filled with distractions, it becomes harder to nurture meaningful connections. By simplifying your relationships and focusing on those that truly matter, you create space for deeper, more supportive connections. Simplicity also fosters a sense of inner peace. The more complex your life becomes, the more stress and anxiety you are likely to experience. By simplifying your actions, environment, and thoughts, you create a foundation of inner peace that supports your discipline. This peace allows you to stay focused and resilient, even in the face of challenges. Another benefit of simplicity is that it enhances your ability to stay present in the moment. The Stoics taught that the present is the only time we truly have, and living in the moment is key to a fulfilling life. By simplifying your life and reducing distractions, you create space for mindfulness. This presence allows you to fully engage with your actions, making it easier to stay disciplined and focused. Simplicity also strengthens your resilience. The more complex your life becomes, the harder it is to navigate challenges and setbacks. By simplifying your life, you create a foundation of clarity and focus that helps you bounce back from difficulties. This resilience is essential for maintaining discipline, as it ensures that you can stay on track, even when the path becomes difficult. Finally, Stoicism teaches that simplicity is a path to true freedom. The more you let go of unnecessary distractions, possessions, and obligations, the more space you create for what truly matters. This freedom allows you to live in alignment with your values and goals without being weighed down by external pressures. By embracing simplicity, you create a life of greater focus, peace, and discipline. As you step into 2025, equipped with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, remember that discipline isn't built overnight. It's crafted through small, intentional choices made each day. From mastering your morning routine, breaking bad habits, embracing failure, and committing to long-term goals, Stoicism gives you the tools to take control of your life and push beyond the limits. Every challenge is an opportunity, every distraction a test, and every setback a lesson. The power of Stoic discipline will not only transform your year, but set you on a path to lasting success and fulfillment. Now it's time to hear from you. What Stoic principle resonates with you the most? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts on how you plan to apply Stoic discipline in your life. Let's build a community of strong minds together. If you found value in this guide and are ready to continue your journey to unstoppable growth, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've got even more powerful content coming your way, and you won't want to miss it.